You know it's true when the background music is really just Fray Girl's theme because Fray Girl's that badass.
Girl, you know it's true. Good girl. Ooh, 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 I love you.
Girl!
Fray Girl's
I'm
breaking
sorry.
my
I'm
heart.
eating fries right now because I'm hungry.
Girl! Girl! Girl!
It's my heart.
Yeah!
Oh, in fact, there are 4 of you tonight. We could actually have a boy band.
Do-do-do-do.
All right.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
No.
No, that's the wrong. No, we're just getting started. We do that at the end.
And unsubscribed.
All right, let's get this going.
Woo!
Distance nerding.
Woo! Woo!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It's Taco Tuesday. Oh, and you already know what it is. You are now watching and listening and experiencing the distance nerding. Is there no Jahmez?
Sweet and spicy jam. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hey!
Part of the Comic-Con Radio
Sweet and spicy
Podcast.
Jahmez. No.
He's Hangry Fourzze.
Angry Boars.
She's peckish Fray.
He's starving young Phil.
He's snacky Jahmez 5000.
Oh, and he's nom-nomming SHDU.
And I'm just here. And we're
Here to nerd
together.
Nailed it.
I
Nailed it
didn't
for the
realize
Hangry.
until the last second that we forgot SHDU, and I was like, "There's talking, and I need to do."
Speaking of awesome things, ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first time in the history of the internet, right here on Distance Nerding, that Fourzze and SHDU share a screen.
Oh, crap. Hold on.
Bro,
It's
Oh.
true. It's
Oh.
damn true.
you know, it's Jahmez. You know it's true.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, jumping ahead.
Oh, I got mine ready.
You guys are jumping ahead. Hold on. Let's get into this stuff. James, you have a line. Let's go.
Oh, we're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, whatever you are nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all the things. That dist. I don't know. We're supposed to keep going. Oh, you're supposed to keep going. Okay.
Guys, email us at dist.
You know, the sauce tonight's
Oh.
going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to try it.
Sweet and spicy jam mambo number nerding. I like that. That's gonna be good.
Nerding number 5.
I needed a little more mambo in my life.
At AOL.com. All right. Let's just move right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on the deck.
Woo!
Would help if I have the screen up. All right. This week on deck. We got the Geek End update.
Woo!
Oh, we are back from Oregon.
That's
Yep.
it. Okay.
Yep.
All right, yay!
Hangry.
Mambo number spicy jam.
Let's go.
Woo!
Starting rumors.
Rumors.
What if we had some rumors?
What if we had some rumors?
What if?
The download.
What's the deal
What's
with
the
news
deal
today?
with news today?
Double voices, baby. Let's go.
We got your Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with news today?
There we go.
You
The
guys,
graphics
your
department.
delivery is terrible. And of course, speaking of a double helping, we've got a double dose of the breakdown.
Ooh.
Two
We're going
breakdowns?
worldwide.
Woo.
World between multiverses with a double breakdown of Loki and Ahsoka.
Oh God, it's gonna be a 4-hour show.
We're gonna bust through
It was,
Go.
and it wasn't going to be already.
We got it. Let's go. We got
Before we move on, guys, before we do anything, of course,
But first,
let me get a shout out.
Shout out to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview, question, and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand, unless the palm of your hand is holding sweet and spicy jam and mambo sauces. But anyway, if you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more nuggies, get more engagement, level up with Poddex, and check out poddex.com. Use code nerding10 for 10% off, and that's good on the decks themselves. So I don't know if you guys have checked out Poddex lately, but Poddex are amazing for podcasters because they generate some amazing questions from so many different genres, and they're so good for interviews, so good for Comic-Con panels that we just use them at this past weekend. So make sure you choose or use code nerding10 for 10% off.
And
Yeah.
they're always updating them too,
Mm-hmm.
like with new questions. So that's awesome.
See,
And close-up magic.
Close
And
Max
on top-
is the only reason you want to do it. So
Not to
Yes.
mention the fact that it's about time we gave a shout out to Dubby.
oh, Debbie!
Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. There's no maltodextrin, sugar fillers, artificial colors, or dyes, and it's keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and the 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. You can find out more if you head over to dubby.gg. Master, what code do they use? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. I love doing this every single week. You utilize code NERDING10 for 10% off at your checkout to get all the flavors of Dubby that you just love so much. But you know what? I'm actually pretty hungry tonight, and that's the Turtle Hermit way. Let's get it. Roshi's excited tonight.
Roshi is excited. He's ready for it. But before we get into the first segment, guys, we gotta really talk about this because it's time for the Geek
Yeah.
For more on this story, let's talk to our on the scene person or place or thing. Young Phil. Young Phil, are you there? Are you there, Young Phil?
This is Young Phil in the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reporting here on Distance Nerding, being on Comic-Con Radio. Listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com, which will be showing up in the chat very soon if you want to click on that. Look for Distance Nerding Podcast, even including this episode you are currently watching or listening to, and a new comic conversation each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. Back to you, Fray, in the studio.
Thank you, Young Phil. Excellent report there. And now we're going to what? Oh, yes, Jahmez 5000 would like to talk to us about a show, Meadow something. Jahmez, you have more on this. Please tell us more.
hi, are we live? Are we live?
Yes, yeah.
Let me know when we're live.
We're live.
Jahmez, yeah, you're
Are we
live.
live?
Check your teeth.
Hey man, are you recording something right now?
Metal Art Comic Con 2023 was this past weekend in Grants Pass, Oregon. So much fun. Those goofy kids that were running the panels were so funny. I gotta tell you, those crazy wacky
Those
distance
meddling
nerdy kids. No, so
kids.
much fun. We had a good time with all the vendors, all the artists. We saw so many friends. That's like the best thing about going to these Metal Art Comic Cons and Medfords is the community and all the friends that we're finding. So shout out to Amy Hun Yi, one of the amazing artists that were there. Shout out to Wayne the Unknown, who held it down and did a great job at the cosplay contest. That was amazing. So many cool friends and vendors. I gotta give a big shout out to the guests, the celebs that were there, because they were awesome. It was great talking to Kathy Garver again, the voice of Firestar from Spider-Man and his amazing friends. That was awesome. She was incredible to talk to. Joey DeAria, a good friend of ours. I think we've interviewed him like 3 times. We had dinner that night together. It was so cool listening to all his Hollywood stories. And then brand new to the circuit, Griffin Puato, who was amazing. He's a Filipino voice actor, and he's like one of the biggest ones. Like, he's got the biggest properties under his belt, and he was like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
He's like the second lead in Spider-Man Miles Morales. He's Spider-Man's best friend, Genki Lee. I'm like, oh, that's
really cool.
Super cool.
He plays Genki, and then on top of that, he's also playing. We all, a bunch of us in here already just played Street Fighter 6, right?
Mm-hmm. No, but
No,
I know what you mean.
I haven't. But
Let's just move on.
He plays Bob.
Oh.
And I know
Yeah, that's what you guys were talking about the other day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, so that was amazing. And then the great Chase Masterson, who was a delight to talk to. She's from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She played Lita. She was awesome. It was just so cool meeting all these new people. So shout out to Colossus Girl and
so jealous.
Super nice.
Oh, I forgot the bit because James was supposed to be in the field, and I just interjected. So there we go.
Thank you, James.
Are we live?
Thanks.
When are we going live?
Thank you.
When we're live.
Thanks, James. Cut his mic. Whoever's got him, cut his mic. All right.
Are we
Enough
live?
for the weather. No,
Okay.
And now to Force for the weather. No.
This past weekend.
All right. Well, guys, I know everybody's excited for this because everybody's hungry. We all skipped dinner so we could do this. And I'm excited. So let's bring back.
I'm proud. I'm just so proud that everybody took it seriously and we're really doing this.
Yeah. No.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
Dead
I
serious.
have to try all the new sauces.
There's nothing
This is-
funny about this.
Yeah.
Intro the segment, young Phil.
I'm trying to. We are bringing back a segment that we haven't done in a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the return of Who's Hangry. Sorry, I'm on screen.
Yeah.
James, how much did you miss that theme?
I play it all the time when I eat my McDonald's after the show.
Right.
When I'm crying by myself in the corner. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Which
No, it's
one
amazing.
are
I
we
can't
trying
wait. This
first,
is fun.
fellers?
This is fun.
What are we
No, I
starting
gotta
with
say though, Fourzze had the brilliant idea to be like, hey, there's brand new sauces. Let's all get them and try them together. So I'm like,
Right.
I
even
think
though
this
we're
is
No, it's good.
all over the
fantastic.
Yeah, I wasn't going
Yeah.
to suffer this caloric
Forrest?
nightmare by myself. All of you are going to suffer with me.
Fair.
So,
fair.
Agree.
the intro to this is that there's 2 new McDonald's sauces, and I don't remember last time they had 2 new sauces at the same time. So
Right.
we're gonna try them. I forgot what Mambo and sweet and spicy jam tastes like, but we'll
I
see.
don't know.
Like, what was it like? They're both breakfast sauces as well.
No,
no,
I think the sweet and
spicy jam
spicy.
is supposed to be breakfast, right? But it also works with nuggets. Mambo was supposed to be like a vinegar ketchup, is what it seems like.
That's why I'm going to try it on a burger and see how it goes. If it,
That's
it
actually what
serves,
All right.
if it serves as a ketchup replacement, because
Right,
if
that-
it doesn't, I've got my trusty barbecue
ketchup-
sauce
Oh,
to wash that flavor away.
All right, let's run it down. So, Fray,
Which
what
one
are
are we
you
doing
what are you
first?
going to be eating? Nugget?
I'm doing
You're gonna
I'm
eat a
doing
nugget?
chicken nuggets. I will be doing fries and nuggets, but I'm doing nuggets first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Fray, you get to pick which one we're going to do first.
Mambo.
Put her on the screen.
Mambo.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, did
everybody
I
open
not? Did I
Mambo.
hesitate? No.
We're gonna go down the line. Basically, the idea here is everybody's gonna take a taste. You're gonna tell us what your initial feeling of the sauce is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just move on to the next person on each in a line.
By the way,
Hopefully, I don't vomit.
Also,
By
for
the-
the audio listeners, what I'm asking you guys to do. So describe what it smells like,
Mhm.
right? And-
Okay.
And say, and then tell the audience what you're putting it on. So then,
Okay.
you can kind of give, and then what it tastes like with the sauce and whatever you're eating.
Yeah.
Fray,
Okay.
let's start with you.
By the way, let me just say this. I don't know if this helps our ratings. I don't know if this helps our numbers or the algorithm, but for this episode, my dog has never been so interested in this podcast ever. But
Oh,
he is
yeah.
thoroughly involved.
Mine's right next
in
to
the
me.
podcast.
She's like not leaving.
I'm pretty sure if I wanted all 3 dogs up here, they would all get up here and be like,
yeah.
"Hi, we're on camera." Like they're like, "You have food."
All right, so we're going Mambo.
Yeah,
Mambo first.
Mambo number 5.
What does it smell like,
Okay.
y'all? What does it smell like?
So what I smell some vinegar.
Yep.
I do smell like a ketchup or like a barbecue. So like I feel like a tomato base is probably
That's
Mhm.
right.
And I
They
do
did
smell
say
some.
this was like a Washington D.C. type.
Yeah,
thing.
it's kind of, to me it smells like a ketchupy barbecue sauce. Like it's got both those elements. And I can in the back of my throat just smelling it, I can feel the heat. So I know it's going to be a spicy experience. So,
It's a spicy.
all right, I'm going to try it.
Let's be the bowl.
Okay.
Put her on,
this
put her on
dip,
the, put her
we're
on the
going.
screen.
Everybody
Put her
do
on, put her on the screen.
Everybody do it. Everybody do it. Everybody do it.
Oh,
Everybody's taste. Damn it.
what? We're
Why not? Everybody do it. Everybody taste the Mambo.
Shoot, I'm waiting for my turn.
Okay. So,
all
it
right.
does have that. It's got that spicy barbecue. Really, what I taste is like heat. So I'm thinking it has some sort of chili pepper in it, but it's not like a jalapeno heat. It's more a habanero or a smoky pepper taste. So it might actually be like what they put the cheese in. What are they called? Anaheim peppers. It might be something like that, but it's got a little bit of a spice to it. It starts as soon as it hits whatever it's on. So my tongue is kind of a little fiery, and it's not really bad fire.
No.
Not hot ones fire here, people.
No.
And then like the roof of my mouth, but like down my throat, I don't feel it at all. So it's kind of just like the first thing it touches, and that's what overrides it. But I think it's a good taste. It's not like
not bad. It's a little citrusy too. There's
Yeah, it does kinda
There's
have,
something
like,
in
a
there. Yeah.
So
it's good.
All right.
I like it.
did you guys both try it on a nugget? Is what you tried it on?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I got a
a
nugget.
chicken nugget. Sorry.
Okay. Fourzze, go ahead and take a bite and let me know what you think.
All right, so I just tried it on the nugget, and it's a sweeter and yet more heated Heinz 57, basically, which it was okay on the nugget, but let's try this ketchupy formula on the burger and see how
Ooh.
delectable it'll be.
What kind of burger that makes a difference?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a quarter pounder? Is it a
So for this
Double.
particular experiment, I specifically ordered a double cheeseburger plain, no pickles, no other condiments. I wanted the full effect of the sauce, the cheese, and the burger. Survey says that this Mambo sauce goes better with beef than it does with chicken. It gives the burger, it brings out the burger with the heat, gives it a nice, delectable flavor that the 57 kind of doesn't, provide. I would say that this sauce is not for mild lovers. It's got some more
Definitely
heat.
not.
It's got some more heat than mild, but you know what? One more tiny little thing. Let's try one more thing.
And it's also not for mild lovers. You got to be full on lovers, not some mild lovers.
Got to be
Gotta
full
be
on
committed.
Yeah, like tongue,
And-
in the mouth.
and-
thing.
and it's
This
it's
is a Brazilian lover sauce.
this gets a fair score with the fries. It doesn't really mix well with the fries, but it works if you ran out of ketchup or something. So it's a good
actually
backup
think
ketchup sauce. But for
I
the
was gonna
whose turn is it? I'm kidding. I love you. I love you, Fray. No, but It's good with the chicken. It's better with the beef though. So definitely use it for your burgers if you're going for that. Next.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, I tried it with the fry too while you were, and I prefer with
Not
the
bad.
fry, but I don't have the beef, so I don't have that to compare. So
Oh,
It gets hotter.
All this,
gets
yeah,
hotter the
it
more you
does.
I think that,
does.
yeah.
SHDU, let's hear it.
Oh, I mean, I kind of already gave it. It's really good. I mean, I really enjoy. I am not a very spicy person. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a spice lover. But no, this was really
Same.
good. This was like a kind of a good balance. Definitely
Yeah.
very vinegary. I think that kind of
Yeah.
helps with the whole ketchup vibe and all of that. It's
Mhm.
it's different. Kind of reminds you of the sweet and sour, but if you added a lot more spice to it
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, no, I really like it.
I feel yeah. I'm not much of a spice guy, but it feels like it's just enough. On the first bite, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good. That's fine." But like as I've had a couple bites, I don't know how I've shoved 3 or 4 nuggets in my face while you guys were talking, but it definitely felt like the heat got more heat.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
But I think it's
Got more
pretty good.
heated.
Got more
Whereas
heated.
some things that are really hot, they just like overload all of your
They, like,
taste
coat your
buds, so
mouth or
you don't
whatever,
even
yeah.
feel it after that. This one, it's like a slow burn.
Mhm.
And it's
That's exactly
it's
what
like
it is.
Some
So-
things with spice, some things are like just spicy for the sake of it. This is really kind of spicy with a reason. There's it's not like, oh, we've added spice to this. And
Oh
then
my
there's nothing
God.
else.
Phil, that's the name of the episode. Spice with a reason.
I like it.
There we go.
Now I'm actually gonna write that down.
There you go.
So I did try
By the way,
something.
the packaging is really nice.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I did try it with something a little bit different. Fourzze did
You
it.
got a
with
breakfast burrito, didn't you?
I wish. Fourzze did it with the double cheeseburger. I did it with the quarter pounder.
Let's go.
Oh,
Hear it.
Ooh, all
And
right.
I know that the quarter pounder it has a completely different taste by way of like the beef, like the way the beef is prepared. So it does definitely bring it out. That kind of bring out like the spice, and you get kind of more of the vinegary taste in that. I also tried it with the nugget, and the way that I kind of what I have akin to it, the comparison that I make is almost like a sweet spicy Thai chili.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
Mm.
good.
on the
Yeah,
chicken, I
that
could
makes sense.
absolutely see that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what it tastes like to me, is like a spicy Thai chili on the
or a
nugget,
sweet chili jelly almost too.
which is actually what we're trying next. Literally, is
Right.
Yeah.
chili
It's
jelly.
literally a sweet chili. Yeah.
But yeah, the flavor that's on there is I mean, just because it's, if you know how they make the nuggets, it's a twice fried. The batter is technically a American Chinese style, right? When I say that, because it's like the same kind of type of fry that they do in like most Chinese restaurants, right? Which is
Yeah.
very American thing, if you know how that works, right? So
Yeah.
it almost tastes like a sweet Thai chili, or like a sweet chili like Chinese dish,
Yeah.
almost, with this sauce. On the burger, it's not bad. It's I mean,
Great.
I've like pretty much demolished this burger, right? But I mean,
You still got a whole other sauce. Save it. You got to
the
save
other
it.
no, I'm saving the other sauce for the nuggets.
All right.
So that's my critique on this. It's good. I'd get it again.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
very easily.
So
Definitely.
before
That and I'm
we
missing- I like spicy. So
before we get to Jahmez, I say, before we move to the next sauce, let's definitely give this some kind of number out of 10.
All
Let's
right.
hear from James first.
I kind of chimed in as everybody was going. I agree a lot with SHDU that it's a little bit of the heat, but it's like just enough. It's not overly spicy. So I give, and by the way, I was mentioning the packaging. The packaging looks really cool. Like, this picture doesn't do it justice, but it's like nice and shiny.
Mhm.
I'm a sucker for the packaging.
Dude, it's
I
like a
wanna
hollow
give this-
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yes. Yes. I will give this 8 spicy tongues out of a 10-piece nugget.
Nice.
Awesome.
Fray girl, what's your score for the Mambo?
I'm going to give this an 8. I feel like I'm on Hot Ones Beginner's Edition out of 10. I'm so excited we're all doing this.
Yeah.
Like I said, we haven't done this in a while, and this is great. I love it.
I'm going to give this 7.5.
Oh.
7.5 holographic packages out of 10 melty cheesy burgers.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I will
All right.
give this. I will give this 8 unknown spices
Ooh.
out of 10 pounds of burgers. 10 burgers. Sorry.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Go.
Let's get sweet and spicy up in this.
Well,
Okay.
Shadu hasn't
I haven't given
his
a rating.
yet.
Oh, come
So-
on. Gotta get in there.
Keeping him good. What the hell?
My mouth's
I
on
was,
fire.
I
Come on,
was going
Joe.
with the flow here. All right. So I'm gonna go 7.853333. 7.853333 out of 3. I only have nuggets. Out of 10.
Mayor McFries.
Out of 10 Biggie cheeses. All right. So
Ooh. I like how marginal that score was.
Marginal. It's living in the margins.
Absolutely. All right. So number 2 on our taste test, we have sweet and spicy jam.
Woo.
I'm excited.
So,
Fries.
one
Fries.
again, Fray, I'm going to have you
Yeah.
open it, and I want you to describe what you're smelling.
Okay. Oh, this one is a little floral, y'all.
It is very floral.
Yeah. It's like a tea, like a jasmine tea almost.
Ooh.
I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, or even like an orange blossom tea, like that, something like that. It's very yeah, that's interesting. It's probably more orange blossom, I think. And it looks like
It's very jelly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very jelly. And I'm gonna have it on a chicken nugget. But yeah, really the thing that overpowers me is that like tea floral smell. So I'm gonna take a bite.
I see what you're saying about the floral smell. But the look of it, it looks like sweet chili sauce.
Mm-hmm. It looks
Mhm.
just like sweet chili sauce. Let me see here.
I think that's what's throwing me off because it looks like sweet chili sauce, but it's not sweet chili.
So it's
Chili
got
sauce.
the base of it is sweet. It's like a
Yeah.
sweet, almost like a bergamot smell, like a taste. And then the chili kicks in a little.
Very afterburn.
Yeah, but
Mm.
it's not as spicy as I thought it would be.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's nice. And I think it pairs pretty well with the chicken. Once you get through the layers of crust, it does pair really well with the chicken. Yeah, and I can feel it going down my throat, so the heat does continue down my
Mhm.
throat, which is different than the first one. The first one was just in my mouth, so that's new and exciting. But yeah, I really like it.
It is very jelly-like.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the heat in my pinky toes. I don't know what's happening.
All right.
My sorry, Fourzze.
Nope, go for it. No, you
Oh.
you first. You first. It gives me a chance to taste more.
Right. My immediate reaction, for some reason, when it went in my mouth, was like, "Oh, Fruit Loops."
what
That's the taste.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is initially Fruit Loops, and then it gets hotter. Yeah,
Spicy.
That's it.
it is spicy Fruit Loops.
Flamin' hot Fruit Loops, people.
Oh, God, I'll give everybody ideas.
Well done. That was well done.
That was really good. I was thinking Fruity Pebbles, but it's totally Fruit Loops.
Yeah, it's like
So-
that's the immediate I love it.
observation. It's interesting. Immediate observation. And I mean this with every fiber of my being. This particular sauce, I believe, was 100% meant for the McDonald's biscuit. It needs to go on the biscuit. Now, it pairs very well with the chicken, which I'm not going to fault. But if you have that issue of like, if you ever go out, you know, and you get like a McDonald's big breakfast and then all you have left over is your biscuit and your jelly, this is what you put on that biscuit. Now, to do you want better? I don't know if y'all's McDonald's does this, but here down in Florida, man, McDonald's, we have the spicy. Oh, I'm sorry, we have the McChicken biscuit here.
Yeah, we have that here.
I think with a little bit of butter, this sauce and the chicken, that McChicken biscuit will be a freaking masterpiece.
You got the McGator down there?
Yeah.
How about this? The chicken sandwich that they have. That would be good too.
Largest
I think it just would
McDonald's.
I
pair
love
better
their
with a
chicken
biscuit,
sandwich.
though.
Largest,
It
largest
does,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can see
McDonald's
biscuit.
in Florida.
Does feel like that.
Which is actually what they if you go back and read the thing from last week, if you read the description, because when I went to go get the picture, I looked at it, and the description actually like mostly talks about eating it on a biscuit. So
Yeah.
it's,
Okay.
I can definitely see it being something that was meant for a biscuit.
All right. Cool.
Too bad they can't like preload it on the biscuit. That'd be nice.
Right.
I'm not a fan of it with the fries.
Sounds good.
It's okay. It's not. It was clearly not intended for that. So, how's it on a burger, Force? Do you know? No, you're not doing that.
The burger didn't survive. So like,
Oh, okay.
Mine did, but not a good combination.
Okay.
I'm definitely over the weekend, because every third Sunday of the month we will give in and just get breakfast from McDonald's because it's 2 streets up. I am going to probably try the chicken biscuit with this sauce that point in time.
All right.
And I'll give you the official Force feedback then.
I was about to say we're back.
Yeah. No. I mean, overall, let's get into ratings. Because I was about to like start rating it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go down the line. So Fray, let's get a rating here. What do you? I know you're like half, chew through right now, but what is your rating of the sweet and spicy jam?
This one, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. I like it, and I think with like a biscuit or more of a breaded thing, I like a sandwich type. I think it would be really good on that. And I don't have that right here, so I can't. So I'm also grading it on potential. So I'm saying 8. I'm just gonna say 8 out of 10. I don't think it needs anything else. It doesn't need a fancy schmancy thing.
I mean, I agree. It's well done.
Right.
Force, go ahead. And
I'm going to give this sweet jam 8 biscuits out of 10 unfinished big breakfasts.
Wait, Fourzze, I need you to say that again, but I need you to say it in a DJ voice, like like you're one of the slow jams kind of DJ.
Fourzze is going to give this 8 biscuits out of 10 unfinished big breakfasts.
There you go.
And then this is where the radio, like the DJs change, right? And DJ SHDU comes on. DJ SHDU in the morning. How do you feel? How do you feel about
Welcome
this?
back to WBMC radio station. I'm your host, SHDU, and I'm
Lot of
giving it.
letters.
He's going full NPR right now. Just
And I am giving it 9 flaming hot Fruit Loops
yes.
out of 10. I completely forgot what I was going to like I was there.
Out of
Completely
10 morning
forgot.
show hosts.
Out of 10 cookies, not biscuits. The cookies,
Oh.
the cookies here. Not the, oh.
Right.
Uh,
I'm gonna go ahead and give this 8 flowery, fruity, loopy, spicy jammies out of 10. I agree. This should be on a biscuits.
Yeah.
cookies. Oh no.
Okay. He's saying I need to say my rating like George Takei.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my. 10 flowery thingies out of 10. Oh my. Okay, James. It's on you.
Oh, you guys gave your opinions?
Yes, it's on you, sir.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm happy with the mambo. The sweet and spicy jam. I don't know if it's because it looked like sweet chili sauce. I was expecting a certain flavor, and it wasn't that flavor, and it was more like marmalade or something like that, some kind of creamy lady marmalade, and I'm not down with that. So I'm gonna give this 4 leftover nuggets out of 10 cheeseburgers that I could eat in a challenge.
Cheeseburger ready.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
First of all,
too marmalade for me.
that's what that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the marmalade, but James, what store are you shopping at if you're getting creamy lady marmalade? That's that is spicy.
I'm shopping at the Moulin Rouge. You know what I'm saying?
Creamy lady marm. Oh god, that just became something completely different. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move.
Creamy lady marmalade.
Let's move on.
Oh my god. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Who's Hangry. We need to do this again soon. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. It's been a while since we've done a Who's Hangry, and I'm happy we did this. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on from here, it is now time to start some rumors.
I don't know where to get in.
All right, let's get into some rumors while you're all snacking away, and I'll get your tacos on the table or nuggets on the table in a second. But Zack Snyder's Justice League has disbanded, according to a new report. The superhero team of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, The Flash, with Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, they're all gone. It's all being tossed away from the Gunniverse, the new DCU. So the rumor is nobody is coming back for their existing roles.
Right.
That's an interesting thing, right? So let's drop this on the screen, right? Tacos on the table. Do we believe that no one is coming back to reprise their roles?
My tacos are on that table.
Keep in mind that's to reprise their roles. That doesn't mean that they're not coming back as different characters. They're not coming back to reprise the roles that they currently that had been playing.
So not only are my tacos on the table, my butt's on the table. This is totally 100%. I don't think. I'm sure the only one I think might even come back to play somebody else is Momoa and Lobo, because it's the only thing we've seen. And Ray Fisher, I'm pretty sure he ain't doing nothing. I mean, he's not going to come back.
No.
I don't think that Ben Affleck's going to come back, especially after what happened after Flash. Henry Cavill has gone through his stages of grief, and he's over it. So, and Ezra Miller, I mean, I think they would come back, but I don't think anybody wants them back.
No. I totally agree on that. The only person who I'm a little skeptical on this rumor is Gal Gadot, because last we heard was that she was developing a new Wonder Woman movie. So it's kind of like, unless it's an Elseworlds kind of deal, because I know that they said that they're still going to be doing Elseworlds storylines. And that's also something that like I kind of look into this too. So it's like, my tacos are on the table 100% that no one is coming back as the current characters that they are playing. Right. But why I said, specifically, they're not coming back as the characters are playing is because, yes, it's very open right now that Jason Momoa is in talks to come back as Lobo. And I know that they have mentioned that there are Elseworld storylines. So that's why they're coming back with the Batman 2. That's why I think that the rumors about Gal Gadot developing another Wonder Woman movie is all like living in that universe, but it's not going to be a part of the greater DCU.
Right.
Yeah, my tacos are also at the table. As much as I am holding out hope for Gal Gadot saying it's Wonder Woman, because I think she's amazing.
Right.
Yeah, my fried chicken nugget tacos are on the table.
Fried chicken nugget tacos.
Yes.
I dig it. Oh, hold on one second.
I think the only way people would come back, or this group would come back in some aspect, would be like in 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, if they do some kind of, crisis on Infinity Earth type thing, and they just need to destroy a universe. So like, hey, can you guys come back for 10 minutes? And we blow up. You blow up your universe real quick. Is that cool? Can you do that? Here's $1 million.
Blow up your universe.
I mean, they got Nick Cage to jump back in for the Flash. Like, hey.
That's true.
It's true.
But
true.
Doesn't Nick Cage have tax problems?
He does, but it's very much a thing that I think that they're going to be they're going to play with the multiverse.
Yeah. Affleck might come back because he's trying to get away from his wife, and Gal Gadot would come back. J-Lo? And Momoa just wants to hang out.
Is he already having J-Lo problems?
Trying to get away from
I don't know. I assume always. I assume Ben Affleck has problems with everyone.
That's valid. That's totally valid.
I just honestly, I mean, I had a huge crush on him once upon a time, and I think he's an amazing actor. I really liked a lot of stuff.
And then he ran away from you. It's exactly what you're saying. It's his track record.
Like he's stalking me by marrying other Jennifers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, you're right. Both of his wives have been Jennifer.
Yes. And both of them, I watch their stuff. So it's like, dude.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Stop stalking me.
I never thought about that. Oh man. So
okay, we're going.
Yeah, let's continue on here, guys.
Okay, that's fine. Don't ask Fourzze what his tacos are on. That's cool.
You gotta chime in. Are you still eating over there?
Yes, I am. And you know what? This just in. The sweet and spicy jam is the premier dipping sauce for the apple pie. Just putting that. How about them apples?
You went and got apple pie.
Apple pie specifically.
It is so good.
Say hi to your mother.
It is
how about them apples?
so good with that pie. My tacos are absolutely positively on the table for not being recast in those roles, with a very tiny exception. I think we will see Gal as Wonder Woman one more time, even if it's for a tiny cameo. But aside from that, these cats are done. And I know that Mr. Momoa is ready for some Lobo violence.
Who is the perfect person to play?
Perfect choice.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect choice.
Yeah.
And I am okay
I-
with most of them not being, most of them not being the characters.
I'd like
So-
to see Ben, if they're going to do a younger Batman, like a 30-something Batman, I would like to see Ben Affleck play Thomas Wayne.
Ooh.
Actually,
I
that would
think-
be
cool.
good casting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would be an
Yeah.
amazing Thomas Wayne. And if they did Flashpoint correctly,
He's gruff
he
enough.
would be, he would be an amazing Thomas Wayne for that.
But I still like what's his
Jeffrey
name?
Dean Morgan.
I still like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I would love to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Dark Thomas Wayne.
Now,
Yeah.
see, I think we bring Jeffrey Dean Morgan in for a much bigger role than Thomas Wayne. That's my thing, is that I would like him to be something else. And I haven't like narrowed down exactly. I think he would be an amazing Deathstroke.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think he
that's
might
a good idea.
be Deathstroke though. I honestly I liked again I'm forgetting his name, D&D player.
Oh, hi.
Joe Manganiello.
Joe
Joe
Man-
Manganiello.
I want to see more Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke.
I
See,
love
and
how
I don't
this.
want him as Deathstroke.
I
I
love
want
how
him
this
as
terrible-
Brother Blood.
I love how this terrible food with great sauce is fueling all these wonderful ideas. We are on point tonight. Thanks,
This is-
McDonald.
This is just me telling
Also,
you what
screw you.
happens in my brain. This is not. This is a daily thing with me. I'm like, who do I think would be really good in this role? And yeah, I just get to
The
say it out loud
majority-
here.
Of Fray and I's discussions are this kind of crap.
Yes,
You're
it
lucky.
really is.
You're
Yeah.
so
Awesome.
lucky.
That's awesome. Treasure that.
All right, so let's move on here now. Let's properly move on. So guys, new rumors popping out. Kind of a rumor, but it's essentially
Nebula's popping out. What?
Nebula's popping out. It is rumored that the list of season 2 episode titles for Marvel series What If has been leaked, and they include some cool mashups and split storylines, just like we saw from season 1. The opening episode is rumored to be titled "What If Nebula Joined the Nova Corps."
Whoa.
This is an amazing idea. It's rumored that joining Nebula in this timeline are Korg, Meek, Nova Prime, Yon-Rogg, and Howard the Duck. So could these be new Guardians of the Galaxy in this reality?
Oh, interesting.
I think this is a good one. I really enjoyed. My favorite from last season
Mhm.
was the Chadwick Boseman as
Yes.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord? Yes.
Yeah, I love that. And Nebula was in that with the blonde hair as the femme fatale. And I'm
Mhm.
like, man, this is awesome. I love this. So I'm glad they're
It's
doing
Nebula
another.
without all the enhancements, and it's like
Yeah.
that was actually a really cool idea to see. What if Nebula wasn't completely wrecked by her father?
Right. And Thanos was like a cool guy and everything. I mean, it was
Right.
awesome. But
Yeah.
I love that they're doing another Nebula story, that it's an actual Nebula story. It's not
Right.
her and
Mhm.
someone else's story. So I
Right.
think that's great. And I can't wait. I think she would be
Oh, yeah.
amazing in Nova Corps, but is she going to have the enhancements? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what Nebula are we getting? Are we getting a Nebula like What If season 1? Or are we getting Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy 3? So that's
Mhm.
kind of like whichever Nebula we get. But I think either way, it'll be cool.
Right. Now, some of the other rumored titles are awesome, just as equally as awesome. Which I love this whole thing about, like, they're really going in on the What If storylines, kind of how they were in the comics, but doing it more in the MCU. So the other titles that we have: What If Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes?
Mm.
Mhm.
Amazing.
What if Kahori shaped the world?
Oh.
What
Wow.
if Hela found the 10 rings?
Huh.
What if Iron Man crashed into the Grand Master? What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas?
That's
Hold on
going
one
to be my
sec.
favorite.
Is that Iron Man? Is that the missing episode from season 1?
I think that's the missing episode from season 1,
Yeah.
Okay.
because I know that they said that missing episode is supposed to be in this season. So,
Mm.
What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean
Now-
that was like teased last season.
Mhm.
Right. Now, here's these last two got me pretty excited. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602?
No way.
Yes. That is-
1602?
That's such a
No way, 1602?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh my God.
You're really excited about that one.
Have you not ever read 1602?
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with that.
Okay.
I
I'm like,
haven't. I
holy
haven't.
crap.
Somebody tell me about it. What is it?
I haven't either.
It's basically the Avengers in 1602. Like, what if it had happened then? And like with the advancements they had back then, it is amazing. It is such a good series.
Oh,
What they're doing is they're taking a series of comic books the way that they did Marvel Zombies and turning it into a what if series.
Mm-hmm. So I just looked it up. Marvel 1602 is an 8-issue comic book limited series published in 2003, written by Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why do you think? I mean,
Okay,
of
yeah,
course it's
I'm
Neil
in.
Gaiman.
I'm
I
in.
said multiple
Amen.
times, Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite writers of all time, comic book or
Oh
not.
yeah.
So, and then the last episode that's on this list is what if Supreme Strange intervened?
Oh, cool. Because that's bringing him back from last season, and I think that's great because I think they need to have a through line, even though they're
Mhm.
different. Because it's multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I still think Happy Hogan Saved Christmas is probably going to be my favorite, although I'm super excited about 1602.
So I will
oh my
say-
gosh.
For the Happy Hogan one, I do really want Kevin Bacon to show up.
Yes.
Yes. Like he comes back and he sings the same song. That would be great.
That'd be pretty funny.
Oh man. But yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, more. Do we put tacos on the table on this? I think everybody's tacos are on the table.
Everybody saw
Oh,
it.
Yeah, they're on the table.
Tacos,
If you
tacos.
didn't know, mine are.
Yeah,
Yeah, my tacos
Got
are
a
on the table. Fours,
table full of tacos.
Fours, we're not forgetting you. Did you leave your tacos on the table on this one?
I absolutely did. Yes.
All right.
Okay, we'll keep going. Emilia Clark played Talos's daughter Gaia in Secret Invasion. If you haven't forgotten, or if you're trying to forget, at the end of
Block
the
it out.
finale, Gaia is recruited by senior MI6 agent Sonia Fallsworth,
Right.
who's like the bright spot of that show.
She definitely is. She's Sonia Fallsworth is the only reason to watch that show.
So the rumor is that Gaia will come back in some show or something that she will be leading her own British-based superhero team.
Oh my! Are we getting Excalibur?
Is she
Are they
gonna
doing
be?
Excalibur without mutants? Are
That's
they gonna
what it seems
freaking
like.
do that?
But I wonder if they do Captain Britain in
Yeah,
this.
well-
We've been talking about Captain Britain. Captain Britain, if they're doing a British superhero team, Captain Britain leads almost every major superhero team in the UK.
Yeah. If they're gonna do something British, they best give us Captain Britain.
Yeah.
They best give us Captain Britain. I want Union Jack.
Yes.
There are some that like I have, and they need to call it Invaders because that was the team that had Cap and Bucky and like Iron Fist, like old like 40s Iron Fist, and Union Jack was in that one too. I mean, and it's just like, oh my gosh, we need that. And so if they're gonna do that with her, they might as well call it the Invaders since they already butchered Secret Invasion.
I was about to
I'm
say
sorry.
you tie
I
it in.
apologize. I'm sorry.
There. Look,
Tacos. Where's everybody
just
tacos?
my tacos are on the table. I mean, again, there are very few bright spots in Secret Invasion. One of them is obviously we talked about Fallsworth and her being like an actual Nick Fury and having a Nick Fury role in the MI6. You know, I think that's a good move. But also Emilia Clark's Gaia, as much as I think that they dropped the ball on the Super Scrolls, she is kind of a badass character. So I don't mind seeing more of her if they fix the storyline that they did in Secret Invasion.
Okay.
I feel like Secret Invasion suffered from multiverse of madness, where they were trying to do too much and didn't have a set way of getting there, like a blueprint to get there. And I feel like that's what happened with Multiverse of Madness. They just they just threw everything on it and just went, somebody will, everybody will like something about it, which is true. Everybody does. But that's what I'm saying is like, I feel like that's what Secret Invasion did. So if they do something like this, and that's a big if, then I feel like they better do it well. And it better be awesome. So my tacos are on the table, but then I'm going to smash them all because I'm still angry about Secret Invasion.
My Thai sweet chili tacos are on the table.
My tacos are on the table. I think they're going to work. There's no reason why you don't get a big name actress for this part and then not use her again. So I think she's coming back.
That seems weird. So.
I mean, Bill Murray probably has something else to say about that, but
right.
I'm sorry.
Good point. Good point.
I'm sorry. It's the spiciness. It's gone to my head, y'all.
Fourzze, where's your tacos?
So,
hopefully on the table.
My tacos are mostly on the table, but with no cheese.
No cheese.
Well, I'm not fully aware of the overall reception to Secret Invasion. Coming from my perspective, I actually did enjoy the whole series. Like I would watch it again. I had fun with it. Even though the end was a little outlandish. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess my question to all of you is, would this properly lead us in the direction of Secret Wars for the end of Phase 6? Like, would this deviate from Phase 6, or would this properly have us on the course of Phase 6? Because you guys did hear the Phase 6 announcement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. Wait, no. Wait, what?
So
I probably did, but I don't remember.
So there was a it's a TikTok video right now. But it was revealed that the last two movies of Phase 6 is going to be a two-part Avengers. So it'll be Avengers, and then the last one will be Avengers: The Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So
I mean, Marvel announced that. Marvel announced that Secret Wars is supposed to be the second movie.
Yeah. So do you guys think this British superhero team, whatever, is this going to work with Phase 6, or is it not? Because I feel like if it doesn't have anything to contribute to Phase 6, then I'm going to pull the tacos off the table. But if it does, then yeah, I'll put some cheeseless tacos on there.
The thing is with if they do Invaders, or if they do, I mean, just depending on who they do, those characters, they in the comics they don't play a big role, but I mean, at the moment we don't really have a major Avengers team, and kind of where everybody's guessing that it's going to go is, okay, maybe they're going to, because we do have a lot of the Young Avengers characters introduced. So what everybody's guessing is, okay, well, by the time we get to the first movie, we'll have the Young Avengers formed together.
In place. Because that's the only three we've got so far. We've got the two Avengers movies and Fantastic Four. That's all we've got. That's all that's been revealed so far.
Right. But like, if they do,
Deadpool's coming out sometime, right?
Yeah, but he's more of an X-Men more than anything.
But don't you think they're going to fold him in at some point? Like, and I feel like this third movie is where he's going to fold in.
They said they're going to. They said that the whole point is to fold Wade into everything. But on top of that, like, I think they're going to be using Wade to introduce the X-Men, because I think I think part of what's going to happen is he's going to merge a universe, and that's also going to be something that like causes the event that leads to Secret Wars, because they're going to be like, there's a lot of merging in universes right now, and this is not, the TVA is going to have their hand in, we need to fix all of this, and that's where we're going to have the world merging event that is Secret Wars.
Incursion.
Right.
Gotcha.
That'll probably be there'll probably be something to do with incursions in the first Avengers movie
Mhm.
that leads up to.
Right, because it's supposed to be Kang Dynasty is the first one, right? So that's gonna. I think the events of Kang Dynasty, the events of Kang Dynasty, and probably something that Deadpool sets in motion, along with the events of Loki, are all going to kind of culminate, and it's going to turn into Secret Wars, where we need to merge all of the universes so we have one consistent timeline.
Yeah,
I think what they're doing is the whole point of everything is going to be to reestablish the sacred timeline, the way that that it is that Loki's established the sacred timeline. I think in reestablishing the sacred timeline, we're going to have different elements of different universes that merge into the one that we have, and that's how they fold in the X-Men in a way where they've been there the entire time, right? Or same thing with Fantastic Four. Like, I have a feeling that Fantastic Four is going to be something that takes place in another universe and merges into ours. So in that way, Reed Richards has been here the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun when everybody that is not on board with Krasinski figures out Krasinski's still going to be Reed Richards.
I hope so.
Me too.
So perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where's everybody's tacos? Yes.
Yeah, my tacos
on the table.
My tacos are on the table. Makes sense.
Mostly on, yes.
They made a point. They made a point specifically of like Feige made a point specifically of saying that Gaia is now one of the strongest characters in the MCU.
Yeah, you don't just put that in your back pocket and never show it again.
Right.
Yeah.
The balance of power in the MCU has been
easy.
Yeah. But you know who else might have some power? Sasha Baron Cohen.
Oh, please.
I like rumors. It's nice.
I like it. It's Jahmez. I like you. It's very nice.
So, Sasha Baron Cohen's going to be in Ironheart. Apparently, Marvel Studios revealed that Cohen will be playing Mystery Man.
Right.
And there, of course, everybody's like, oh, that's just a placeholder because he's Mephisto. So
100%, he's like the perfect dude to play Mephisto.
He really is. Because you don't know if Mephisto is being serious or not. And he's always a little creepy. And those are like all adjectives I use for Sasha Baron Cohen.
Funny thing is like, it's intentional. He does that on purpose because that's what he wants in his characters. Like, Sasha Baron Cohen does not play a character that is not creepy, and it's all because every character that he plays are supposed to be elevated caricatures of certain things.
Right.
Right. So it's like, it's great. I love Sasha Baron Cohen. I think that he can do something where he can like play the character silly, but if you've ever seen him do serious roles, the dude is scary.
Yeah.
He is a really good actor. So I mean, I can see Sasha Baron Cohen doing a really good job.
Yeah.
I like him better. I like him better than like if they wanted Adam Driver to be Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Sasha Baron Cohen's range lends him to play a character like Mephisto. He has way more range than a lot of people give him credit for.
Okay, guys, tacos on the table.
My tacos are on the table.
Yep.
My tacos are on the table.
My Kazakhstani chicken
Kazakh
wraps, which are of course tacos, are on the table.
Okay.
It's just
Tacos are nice.
Tacos are nice. I like tacos.
On.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's in. I like it.
All right.
I think that's it for rumors.
All right. We are good with rumors, guys. Now we're getting into the next segment here because it is time for the download.
Thor flying through the
rainbow,
through the Bifrost.
The
The latest Writers Guild of America strike has drawn to a close Monday. WGA officially announced union membership overwhelmingly voted in support of the Guild's new deal with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, according to an email distributed by top WGA brass. 99% of voters voted
99.
99%
99.
of voters voted in favor of the New Deal, while just 90 voters voted against the deal. Who are those 90? What are
It was me. I did. I didn't know what I was voting for. I forgot. I'm sorry,
It
guys.
was 90 corporate heads who are about to lose their golden parachute.
There you go.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So that's good. Writers, check. But I heard they still may like picket or something like that, or what's going on because they want to be in solidarity of the actors and.
Yeah, like they're gonna have their deal, but they're not gonna they're gonna keep it from going into effect until the actors get their deal or something like
Oh.
that.
I think that is a solid move on the WGA, just
Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, you guys are expecting us to go back to work, but until you make a deal where SAG is getting a deal that's worth it, you're not getting anything out of us.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I love the solidarity. I love that they are, trying to make sure that everybody gets taken care of,
Right.
as it should be.
Yeah.
I don't-
Solidarity. It's good.
There have also
Good.
been solidarity strikes. So that, like, there have also been like other unions that are not involved with like the movie business, just
Mhm.
in solidarity, because they're in solidarity with unions
Right.
that have gone and picketed.
Well,
And-
yeah, like the UAW
Yes.
did a solidarity one before their strike even started.
Right.
And so that was cool. And then like the New York Trash Union, they did it one day. They walked with them, went on strike for one day as solidarity and stuff. So I mean, yeah, it's been a really positive thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Sounds
keep it
great.
going. What's the deal with finales?
Oh, here it is.
It's been over 25 years since the finale of Seinfeld aired on TV. Now, Jerry Seinfeld is teasing that something is in the works regarding that ending. Kind of interesting. So,
Them going to jail.
yeah, exactly.
Jerry,
So
just let it go, Jerry. Just let it go, Jerry. Just let it go.
So during a stand-up set, the comedian was asked if he liked the ending to Seinfeld, and he says he has a little secret about the finale. He said something is going to happen that has to do with that.
You got to do it in his voice. You have to do it in his voice.
Somebody snorted for me. Something is going to happen that has to do with that ending. It hasn't happened yet, but just what you are thinking about, Larry and I have also been thinking about that. So you will see.
So you'll see.
Oh my God.
The Seinfeld finale had more than 76 million people tune in live to watch it, making it one of the most watched television broadcasts in history. I wonder what they're gonna do.
Were any of you alive when that
Of course, I was alive.
Or
Oh,
happened?
I think all of us were. Well, Shadu may not have been, but I think the rest.
He
of us.
was not.
I was not.
I watched it.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't watch Seinfeld when it was airing. I watched Seinfeld later.
Well, you can watch it now because it's available on
I've watched-
Netflix.
I've watched it
Hey.
12 times because Jack. This is one of Jackie's comfort shows. So I have since watched Seinfeld at least 3 times in full in the last couple months. So
Gilmore Girls is a comfort show for me and Parks and Rec, so I get it.
she just started watching Gilmore Girls, so she's watching that now.
Nice.
She'll
think-
love it.
I think Say Wong is onto something. He said Larry David will revive the show. I think somehow because they're still going to do one more season of Curb.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Larry David, but he's going to wrap it up soon. I think he's finally going to get Jerry to get on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they will talk about or do something about that Seinfeld ending.
Oh, that actually would be really cool. Or like he finally gets Jerry to come on the show and like, but like the whole thing is like him hounding Jerry to do something about the ending, and then at the end they announce that they're doing like some sort of special or something.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, let's keep it going. I don't know why I said that like I was high, but maybe it's.
I'm feeling the heat, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo.
Director
Speaking
Michael
of-
Mann has confirmed that his next film project will be Heat 2.
Interesting.
I didn't know there was a Heat 2 book, but apparently there is. He shared the news while speaking at an event in London over the weekend. When asked by Deadline at the event if Heat 2 would be his next film, the director responded, "Yes. Matt Gardner and myself wrote the novel Heat 2, which came out, and when we were shooting Ferrari, it did very well. I plan to shoot that next." Earlier this year, it was reported that Ferrari lead Adam Driver was in talks to play the young Neil Macaulay, Robert De Niro's character, in Heat 2. What do y'all think?
I heard this movie is a sequel and a prequel at the same time. Like they're going to be telling two stories and jumping back and forth between what led up to Heat and then what happened after Heat.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of interesting.
I like the nonlinear storytelling. I've said it a lot in the past on the show. I love nonlinear storytelling.
Mm.
Adam Driver as De Niro, though.
Right? His nose?
Yeah.
Come on. He's too sexy,
You gotta
right?
get
Young Phil?
Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston needs to play one of them. He knows the movie Heat. He hasn't memorized, y'all.
He does, but I'm trying to think if he was in it, would he play De Niro or would he play Pacino?
He'd have to do De Niro. De Niro is his hero.
And I've heard his De Niro, and his De Niro is spot on. So I think
His Pacino's more facial movements than
I
anything.
think Hiddleston actually would be a good fit for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see Adam Driver because I've never seen Adam Driver do a clear cut accent. So
Speaking of accents, what's the deal with Eric making fun of James? James sounds like Christopher Walken with a cold. I don't think so.
Christopher Walken with the cold. I love it.
All right, moving on.
All right, what you guys should do?
Moving on.
All I will say is who needs violent video games being Jerry Seinfeld is the ultimate power fantasy.
Take your dragon boards, your Kratos, and Jerry Seinfeld.
He is the Chuck Norris of Fantasyland. Come on.
Get out of my way!
All right. So
He's just gonna wear his suede jacket backwards with the pink out while he's killing everybody. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
all right. So Spider-Man freshman year animated series voice cast and release window has been revealed. Let's get trippy. Marvel Studios is developing a new animated series titled Spider-Man Freshman Year, which will see Peter Parker come into his own as Spider-Man with a new take on the MCU version of the character. And of course, we have the Fresh Ops to Spider Synopsis.
Fresh Ops is Spider Synopsis.
There we go. There we go.
Aw, that was
Thank
his
you.
first opsis.
It was.
Y'all, that
First
was his
opsis,
opsis. Yay!
Synopsis.
It's been revealed that the series takes place before 2016's Captain America Civil War, but with a notable key difference. Rather than coming home to his apartment to see Tony Stark in his room, it's none other than Norman Osborn who's chatting up his Aunt May when he walks through the door. And, much like how meeting Tony thrust Peter into a spotlight larger than the kid needed, Peter having Norman as his mentor sends his life in an unexpected trajectory that collides him with many unexpected characters in the Marvel Universe.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay,
what do we
all
think?
right.
I
So this
think
is not
that Aunt May is like everybody wants Aunt May. What the heck?
So with this, it's kind of like you're seeing the parallels of Norman and Tony Stark in Peter's life, but also because this is his freshman year, right? I think Peter was was he a junior when he met Tony?
I think so.
think
Yeah,
so,
I want to
yeah.
say he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a junior when he met Tony or something like that. So like it's obviously going to be like a 2-year difference. The other thing is that we're now officially getting Norman Osborn, even though it's animated, it takes place in the MCU. So the whole thing with this is how long before we get Norman Osborn, and is he going to be in Armor Wars? I need a proper Iron Patriot. I'm sorry, Iron Patriot in was he Iron Man 3 or Iron Man 2? It was Iron Man 3, right?
Iron Patriot was 2. No,
No,
3. No, 3. It was because Mandarin.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 3.
Yep.
It was Mandarin.
Iron Patriot was terrible. I'm sorry, it was so bad. I need a proper Iron Patriot with Norman Osborn.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Let's
agree.
see it.
I mean, we really need a good follow-up for Iron Man. Like a good, we build robots and we fight them kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like we haven't had that since Iron Man passed. We haven't had really anything. We had a little bit with Ironheart, but not even that. Like it was just kind of like, I tinker, I do things. And then we saw her in her suit for 10 minutes. So I just feel like we need something like a successor to that. So I like that they're bringing on like a Norman Osborn who also is a tinkerer and could give us that hardware, and that we still have Rhodey. And it's, we don't know how different this Rhodey is than the one that we actually have gotten to know. So that could totally be a different direction, and there could be multiple, Iron Wars things kind of thing. But yeah, I'm done.
Well, this will certainly be something of a show itself.
Yes. When does freshman year come out?
Oh, yes. It is also being reported that Spider-Man freshman year could be released around November 2nd, 2024.
That makes sense. Like a year away.
Yeah, that is like almost like a year and a month away. Well, not even a month because it's the 10th. So yeah.
Right.
Never mind. I'm just word vomiting now. I'm gonna mute myself.
Time to get a little witchy. Synopsis for the first episode of Marvel's upcoming series, Agatha Darkhold Diaries.
You're not going to get away with it. Synopsis.
It popped up on the U.S. Copyright Public Records System website. Not much information has been revealed about the series, so this description is for a first reveal taste of what the story will involve. I haven't really had anybody dive in through the copyright records, but this is kind of a new thing because there's a few stories that are like this. But I do have a Darkhold Diaries synopsis.
Dark magic synopsis.
Word vomitopsis. I don't pay attention to James Opsis. Okay. The description reads, in the first episode, we see Agatha Harkness finally break out of a spell that she's been trapped in. She can't wait to go back to her old murderous ways, only to find that she is powerless. The only way forward for her is to embark on a perilous quest to get her powers back with the help of an unlikely friend or two.
Ooh.
So my immediate thing is they've renamed it again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Darkhold
Like
Diaries
last week.
Did,
I did not hear about that. They've renamed it again.
Yeah.
Coven of Chaos.
It was Coven of Chaos, House of Harkness, and then this. So
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a bad title. It's just
Darkhold Diaries.
I think the next one
Mhm.
is going to be Agatha, Sex in the City.
Darkhold Diaries makes sense because the whole thing is that if this is something that's supposed to lead into the return of Wanda, which I think that's what's gonna happen is she's gonna, if you know the comics, Agatha Harkness is a mentor to Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is where it's going to be like, you had her be the villain in the first series that they were in together, and then they become allies after a while, right? And especially with Wanda kind of going, dark side and being the holder of the Darkhold, I think it makes a lot more sense. I think they're just kind of teeing it up to being like, oh, this is going to be something that leads into the return of Wanda, and they kind of like fix their relationship. I actually have a feeling that Wanda might show up towards the end of the series.
Yeah. That's
If you
my
know this
my
spicy
witchy
jam take.
sense. My witchy sense was tingling about that. I think we might see Wanda in some form.
And I think we're going to get Bova. 100%.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. All right.
You said something else. Agatha Darkhold Diaries, if that's the name, is brewing to be released September 2024. 2024.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Lots
Disney
of
Plus,
years
Disney
away here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You want to bring us home on this last one?
I will. All right. So, the Star Wars TV universe is in full swing, with The Mandalorian having given us its third season this past spring, and Ahsoka wrapping up season 1 just last week. Now we are headed into the kickoff of a brand new series within the same timeline universe titled Skeleton Crew. It's expected Skeleton Crew
If
will
there are
take
not
place-
at least skeletons in this, like I'm telling you, I need some sort of reference to skeletons in this. That's all. I'm just saying that.
Or a
It's a
closet?
skeleton respect.
Or a booze cruise? I don't know.
It's expected Skeleton Crew will take place in the same part of the timeline as Lucasfilm's other Star Wars shows on Disney+, with Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau previously suggesting the characters from the series popping up in other projects around the same time. The series has been described as a galactic version of classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure films of the 80s. The studio's first copyright filing, according to the filing... So it's the studio's first copyright filing. According to the filing, a group of 4 kids make a discovery that's both strange and dangerous, and that effectively serves as the crux of the series. We, of course, have the synopsis. Far, far away synopsis.
Bones in the closet in the galaxy far, far away synopsis.
That's not the way it works. That's not.
In the first episode of the Skeleton Crew,
Come on.
In the first episode of Skeleton Crew, we are introduced to 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet and get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. Finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies and enemies, will be a great adventure. Will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined.
Awesome.
Ooh.
I'm sad.
And there is currently no release date.
Eventually.
I mean,
I bet
this
it comes
is
out next
Star
year.
Wars. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it'll be sometime in 2024, I'm sure.
I mean, I know it got pushed back mainly because of the writer's strike and
Yeah.
all that, and SAG pushed it back too because they were in the middle of filming when all that stuff happened. So
Yeah,
All right.
because it was supposed to release in December of this year.
right.
Mhm.
That's why I think it's going to be next year. If they're like
Oh yeah.
done with Principal,
Mhm.
they're going to finish that up.
Right.
I would say
Yeah.
if it's I would say early spring probably. If like the actors get their demands met quickly. If not, then summer.
I would say right around Arbor Day.
Arbor Day? Okay.
Not that I know when Arbor Day is, but right around there. In that vicinity.
Let's go with a random holiday. That's yeah. We're gonna do this.
National
You know,
Donut Day. I think it's
Tree
right around
Holy
there.
Day. Tree Holy Day. It's gonna
Yeah.
be Free Holy Day.
Not to be confused with Free Holy Day.
Or Holy Tree Day, which
Yeah.
is totally different. That's when you have to fill the holes of the trees.
Yeah.
Because Free Holy Day is also known as Cinco de Mayo.
Mm.
I don't know what Cinco de Mayo you go to, but my Cinco de Mayo is Margarita Day.
I mean, if it's proper, it's Free Holy Day. Okay, you're eating tacos.
Free holes
Free
on that day. Okay, let's get into
Well, you
some
know what
other
else
stuff.
has a lot of holes in it? Ahsoka. I mean, no.
Your story. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what has a lot of holes in this? Is this segue. That's what has a lot of holes.
holes is Phil script on James. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this next part of the show. It is now time for the breakdown.
Break it down. That graphics department. Ahsoka, season 1, episode 8, The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. Warlord.
Warlord. It's a warlord.
Warlord.
It's a warlord.
Too much wrestling. I almost said Wardlow. Wardlow.
Oh, yeah.
In Ahsoka's finale, Ahsoka Tano, Sabine, and Ezra are united in their attempt to stop Grand Admiral Thrawn from escaping his years-long exile in the extragalactic world of Peridia. Though the Jedi's trio get separated with Thrawn emerging victorious nonetheless, as such, Ahsoka and Sabine are now the ones stranded on Peridia, along with Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, while Ezra has made it back to the known galaxy after sneaking aboard Thrawn's Star Destroyer before it escaped. What were your thoughts going into this finale of Ahsoka? What did you think was going to happen? Did everything you predicted come true? Everything but one? What do you guys think? Did James win the nerd out contest?
No.
I think he did.
No.
Then this
He
show's
didn't.
over. Goodbye.
I'm
Should
sensing some disappointment in this episode from our little distance starting cast here.
I know, right?
I was
Should do. What'd you think? Did you what were you thinking going into the last episode?
Really,
of
I mean,
Ahsoka?
I wasn't really sure what to expect. It went in the direction I expected. It was just very much kind
Tell
of Empire
them how
Strikes
you
Back.
watched the episodes first.
I did watch 7 and 8 back to back as well because I missed. I was not
You were
in a
gone for
position to
week?
watch them. So
Uh-huh.
That's all right.
you were in
Yeah.
a place where there was no internet. I get it. Okay.
very, very, very spotty internet. No, so I had kind of the same expectations going into 7 that I had and kind of extended those beyond. I was kind of right about the whole lightsaber thing. It
Yeah.
was more of an extension of that.
Mhm.
So it was, it exceeded my expectations, I'd say. So
That's good. All right, I like that. Fourzze, what'd you think of? They were building lightsabers. What did you think of their sound fonts?
You're not allowed to ask me that specific a question.
Come on.
No. Because you have to ask me what did I think of the episode.
Okay, what did you think of the episode? And
more
then
specifically, the sound font.
Okay, so I have to admit I was very satisfied with the episode.
Mhm.
You know you were because you went ham in the group chat.
that was great.
I was very satisfied. I was very satisfied. It even to the point where I saw the most hilarious meme of Indiana Jones, making the swap, but one says Ezra and the other one says Sabine and Ahsoka. So it's just, so I'm happy with the fate of Ezra. That was really cool. I'm glad they did that. He rebuilt Kanan's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not 100%, because the lightsaber community has put more holes than Swiss cheese into that subject. But what he built was a very honorable homage to Kanan, and I thought that was a really nice touch that they did that.
Mhm.
It
It's the same
shot
emitter.
my
One of two.
it shot my feelings of episode 7 completely to hell, pertaining to him not Luke Skywalkering the hilt off of Ahsoka or off of Sabine. Now we understand his reasons, but very satisfied nonetheless. My one prediction did come true, which was Balin found something big,
Yeah, he did.
and
Mountainous.
I was extremely happy with that. And hey, from 2 episodes ago, it was foretold that we would get not only a hollow Anakin, we got a ghost Anakin. So I was happy about that. That was cool. So I foresee great things happening with Thrawn's story. And I hope I really hope that when we pick up in the next whatever it is we're doing, be it season 2 or the Thrawn movie, which is confirmed, there is a Thrawn movie coming. He just goes ham on the galaxy because I'm ready. I'm ready for that, but I'm also ready for the fate of Peridia here because they basically left all the Force users behind.
Yeah.
And I was extremely pleased with Morgan's fight. So pleased with that.
This is a really good fight.
By the way, if anybody cares, in the Saber community, Morgan's sword blade light style is now a thing. So if you buy yourself a prop saber, you can get her sword blade style on your saber.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was done.
Nice.
It was done 19 hours after the episode was done.
I'm sure.
What? How does that happen?
Cool.
Because nerds stay up all night trying to copy something so they can say they were first to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That's
somebody like
ridiculous.
immediately when they first showed that sword, he was like, okay, how do I build this?
Right.
It was like, pause. I'm building it now.
Yep,
He didn't
that's
even
exactly what
finish
it
the
is.
episode.
No.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it was.
I bet you money that when Feige or I'm saying Kevin Feige, when
Dave Filoni.
when
Filoni.
Dave Filoni was coming up with this weapon, I guarantee you he was thinking, watch the Saber community come up with this one. I know he
So,
follows that stuff. I know
little-
he knows what kind of like sabers are out there and everything like that. Even if it's not Disney official, he knows how creative some of these, especially the NeoPixel sabers are. Right?
Mhm.
I'm sure he was like, watch them build this one, right? And it's just like, they built it. Damn.
There
all right.
are there are Disney officials and Disney spies and Disney whatever employees in the Saber community watching us, ready to report to their lawyers the minute we cross the line. That is
Crazy.
that's not an exaggeration. That is fact. That is a factual statement.
Wow. Interesting.
Some have been identified. So yeah, they're watching.
Fray.
Wow.
Fray girl.
My expectations, I expected it to be fun. Because I have to say, after Ahsoka got out of the world between worlds and learned her final lesson, after that, it was like there was fun back in Star Wars. And I loved that. And so that was my only thing is I was like, I want it to be fun. I mean, yeah, I predicted stuff and blah, 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 blah. But I wanted it to be fun. I didn't think that everyone would make it back to the Star Wars galaxy. So that was correct. I thought it was very justified that Thrawn and Ezra both made it back at the same time since they both left at the same time.
Right.
And now, Ahsoka. And I think Ahsoka and Sabine need to figure out what's going on Peridia. And that's why they were left behind. Because, we wouldn't have seen Morai. And she's tied into that so much. Even if she doesn't remember it, she's tied into it. And I think that so I was really excited about all of that after I watched it. But the expectations, I was just like, Thrawn's gonna Thrawn, and Ahsoka's gonna Ahsoka, and it's gonna be fun, and hopefully Balin will smirk a little, and yeah. So
Yeah.
that was really
That's
my
great.
expectation. And Shen, I was like, where the heck is Shen? That was like, those were the things, I knew
Yeah.
Ezra and Sabine. They did their stuff. They're gonna Ezra and Sabine, just like they do. So
Yeah, no, it was great. I will say that one of my predictions was something about Morai at some point.
yeah.
So I was very happy to see her.
Yeah.
You could do that in the game. Just my prediction is something Morai.
Well,
Oh, he just doesn't remember what he said, but yeah,
I
he
don't
did
remember which
mention Morai.
episode or what. Yeah.
I should have said something lightsaber. Won all the points.
You know what? We need James. I need your predictions for Loki, your overall, and then I'll go over it with you later. We'll talk about it.
We got it. What young anonymous, young Phil anonymous. What did you think of going into this episode?
I thought it was great, man. I mean, going into the episode itself, I knew that we were going to have Thrawn coming back to the universe. I stated that multiple times that he was going to be coming back to the contemporary Star Wars universe. I knew that we were going to have a nice little battle at the end. I knew that Ezra was going to be coming back to the contemporary Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't expect was Ahsoka being left on Peridia, which explains when they say Luke is the only Jedi left in the galaxy. They're not wrong.
Mhm.
Jedi exist.
Yeah.
He's just the only one in that galaxy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
That's
you.
true.
Which
And you're
what
right.
I do like about this is now that we have these implications and we see what's going on with this, we can have more Star Wars stories in the future about Ahsoka and Sabine and what they deal with in that galaxy, not just in Peridia, but in that galaxy in general.
Mhm.
Where you can have Ahsoka as the main antagonist or protagonist.
Antagonist.
And
Yeah.
related, well, I guess she could be the antagonist depending on who we look at. But we get entire storylines on new Force sensitive characters or new parts of this universe. We know Shin Hati is with these mercenaries that I'm guessing are going to be the equivalent or who replaced the Yuan Vong, or maybe they are the Yuan Vong. Right?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right. And then
I didn't think about that.
right. And then Balin's skull finding this temple that is an obvious like Sith temple. So it's like there are Sith in other universes, which all of this harkens back to Shadows of the Force. If you're a follower of the extended universe stuff, because Shadows of the Force was about Sith that were not in the mainstream Star Wars universe that make their way to the mainstream Star Wars universe. So that could just be more villains later on. I think that feeds into the entire Exegol storyline, why Exegol exists as a shadow planet and why we get Palpatine hiding out on Exegol. And I think that Exegol is going to end up becoming a kind of a point of entrance for beings from another universe. This is going to be a way to tie the sequels together with the extended universe stuff that they're bringing in right now.
Gotcha.
All
right. What did you think of the title? This is an odd title for me.
Clever.
I have to say something.
It was amazing.
Phil, I think you're almost there, but I do think you're off. I think that we're not going to explore anything except Peridia. I do think that Ahsoka and Thrawn have to meet again. And so I think Ahsoka and Sabine will go back and they'll be in the movie or whatever. And so I think that that's something that'll happen. But I do think that Balin found something. I think it's Aboleth. I don't think it's a Sith temple. I think the ones are too prevalent here for it to be just a plain Sith temple. I think it's Aboleth. So there could be there is obviously a dark force power there, and so I think it's Aboleth. I also think that Sabine may not be as force sensitive when they get back to the Star Wars universe. I think something on Peridia is making her more force sensitive, or is exploiting that, and that's where she's drawing her power from.
Amplified.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
non-existent
So-
abilities jumped 700% in this episode, and it really bothered me. Like, she went from not
Yeah.
being able to move a cup to now she's perfectly Obi-Wan level blaster blocking. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Filoni,
Mhm.
you know better. But apparently there's a reason
I think
for it.
something's happening.
Yeah.
That's
Something's amplifying it. So.
But also a lot of the arc in this has been her learning to get out of her own way, and I think a lot of that is helping her with her force ability as well.
Yeah, no,
And the
absolutely.
guilt.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too. I think she has force ability. I just think that it's being amplified in either in Peridia, or she's a siphon, and she's amplifying her own powers when there are force users close to her. Because she did that when it was Ezra and Ahsoka. And Balin and Shin, really, if you want to think about it. And they were in a temple with a lot of power.
Right.
So, and she did that there. Whereas we hadn't seen anything like that before. So I just think there's some amplification going on. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm still percolating on my theories for next season. So, but yes, the title is amazing, and it's Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe homage.
Do you think they're dead? Do you think they're dead? Isn't that the
Like-
whole thing for Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Weren't the kids dead or something?
No, they
don't
weren't
remember.
dead.
No.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't remember.
No, you're thinking about Lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah,
That too.
no. Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is they meet Ashlant, who's actually like a god step in, or
He's
or
Jesus.
in, and then
He's Jesus' persona.
Yeah, and so it's much more like a biblical myth. And so the kids aren't dead. They just go to a magical world and help fight a crusade. That's really it.
Mhm.
And then they come
Gotcha.
back and live normal lives and have a lot of tea and biscuits.
As dead people.
Just to throw this out there, Graveyard, I see you're in the chat.
Is that Husbeard?
I
I miss
did-
the Hus.
I did that
I
just for-
miss the Hus. I miss the Husbeard.
I did that just for you, Graveyard. You can see right there. I am wearing a Pot Out at Night t-shirt right
There we go.
They mostly pod out at night, mostly.
Mostly.
now. Oh, you mean
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
Nice.
Hey,
That's
jumping back,
hilarious.
let's talk about Ezra's new lightsaber, which is like his third one. This guy already
Yeah,
has
that
three
was like
lightsabers.
the funniest like scene. And I love that they did this. Hu Yang had a funny scene with like almost every single, well, the three main Jedi
Yeah.
in this. And I just thought it was great. Like, he had several scenes with Sabine, but it was, that whole him just going, "What are you doing? Oh my God," with Ezra. And Ezra's like, "I know what I want." It's like,
I thought that scene. I mean, while I'm sure there was supposed to be comedic value in that scene, everybody knows that I'll always choose Jedi over Sith, and I'm kind of a purist that way. I felt like that was a way for the writers to tell the older generation, like the people who were alive during the original trilogy, that your traditions are dead. Get out of your own way. Like Ezra, like Hu Yang's basically saying, Ezra, look, there's a protocol to this. There's an order of operations to this. There's a way you need to be doing this. And Ezra's like, dude, I get it, but Thrawn and other Sith, and I just need to build a saber. Where's Kanan's emitter so we can just get this rolling? Like, I get it, but I need to build my saber. Screw your traditions. That's really how it felt. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's basically it's one of those winks from the writers to the audience. Like, the Clone Wars are over and the old Jedi are gone. They're just the rebels are just kind of doing things their way.
That's also
Okay.
the ultimate philosophy that Luke had, was that the old ways have to end because the old ways are antiquated and we need to have a new way. So I mean, it is kind of
Which Luke?
Luke in the sequels. Like this,
Oh, okay, okay.
this ends up being Luke's overall philosophy down the line.
Well,
And that's funny because he read the ancient texts. Like he had 30 years to mull over those writings.
He did.
Plus
Like,
all of his adventures. So it's like,
if you look at the way that he teaches Ray, you know, he literally has a line, I want to say in the second movie, where he talks about the old ways need to die.
mm-hmm.
he says that to Yoda.
Right. And
Yoda's all grumpy.
And Yoda's the one that basically is trying to tell him that the traditions mean nothing.
Yeah.
It's about you. You are what make a Jedi. Your fealty to the books is not, you know, to the texts. Because remember, Luke freaks out when the ancient texts are burned, and Yoda's just laughing it up because he's just like, it's not about the texts. The texts don't matter. It's about you and what you learn.
It's not about the lightsaber.
Exactly that.
Train your mind and train your body.
And that's what I appreciated about that scene. You could tell at the pace Ezra was moving and the way he was communicating with Hu Yang, Ezra knew what he wanted. He knew exactly what he wanted. You could almost say he had this planned. If if I ever run into parts to build a lightsaber again, I know exactly what I'm going to build and nobody's going to get in my way. And that's exactly what he did. And I think that was a very unique and admirable approach to the series that the writers took. And I'm kind of glad they did it. It was really cool. And it was funny, it was comedic, but it was also very serious. And I appreciated that. I'm glad they did it.
I just took it as like that this was Ezra being Ezra. Ezra was always that way. Like when he was in Rebels, he was always like, no, let me do this. And let me get in there. I got to do this. I got to do that. And so he was always that kid that kind of the ADHD kid that needed to get it all done.
Along in that same scene, Hu Yang kind of switches up in the middle of that when he's, the way you're constructing your lightsaber, it's just like Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, Kanan Jarrus is my master. And he goes, and his entire
his whole demeanor changed.
It changed. And he was like, well, who do you think taught Kanan how to build his lightsaber?
Yeah.
And it was a moment of, you're trying to fight me, but I'm trying to show you that there is a way to do this properly. And even Kanan, your master, who you're modeling your lightsaber after, is did this whole process.
Yeah.
And along with that, again, once he starts coming in, he goes, I saved this emitter in case Kanan needed it again.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, there's references to it's both of them learning from each other. That it's the idea behind the scene is that Ezra still has a lot to learn from Hu Yang, and that Hu Yang still needs to. He's a droid, so it's kind of hard for him not to get out of his protocol. But the idea being that Hu Yang also needs to kind of like relax because the time of the Jedi, the heyday of the Jedi is gone, which is done. Something that they referenced earlier in the show too, when Ahsoka was saying, you know, the Jedi are no longer here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and it goes to show because Hu Yang was like, you know, Ezra was all over the place looking at all these different parts, you know, making a mess. And Hu Yang's like, oh, you were Kanan Jarrus's apprentice. You know, this is what he used. There was only 2 of these made. Kanan has the other one. This one should belong to you. Like, obviously, it was like, boom, he knew exactly where it was.
And it was also a little bit of a Harry Potter moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a process. There's a reason. There's a process. I know where everything is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, if you just tell me what you need, I will get it for you.
Right.
So, guys, if you were going to rate this episode out of 10, what would you give it?
Are we done? I just thought that.
No, we're not done. We still got to rate it.
Well, we've also got. Did we talk about Operation Cinder? No. Did we talk about Anakin Skywalker's aggressive negotiations? No.
As long as we talk about zombie stormtroopers.
Yeah, the death stormtroopers. Yeah.
We actually got death troopers in this, right? Because the whole thing is that it wasn't just like the joke in here is that you can't really do Death Troopers in a show, or you can't name them Death Troopers like the zombie Death Stormtroopers. You can't really call them Death Troopers because they already exist.
Right.
So that's why they called them Night Troopers. But
Yeah.
the Easter egg coming in is that we get undead Death Troopers.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
like
And
the best.
the whole Star Wars fan base is 50-50 on it. Many think it's super over cheese, and the rest of them were like, "Oh my gosh, yes, thank you."
I think it's great.
Because the thing is the Death Troopers are already elite troopers to begin with. They are
Yeah.
so much better trained and so much better than your average stormtrooper, because stormtroopers can't kill anything except for like Aunt Beru. But I mean, like Death Troopers. Like, think about that. The only thing that they've actually killed, if you look back in Star Wars, the only things that stormtroopers have actually killed was Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
And we don't know that they actually killed him with blasters.
Yep, exactly.
True.
It
But
could have
then
been flame troopers.
we have seen Death Troopers kill people.
Mhm.
So we know that Death Troopers are already better trained because they can actually shoot stuff. But like with that, like again, like people can say it's cheese and Death Troopers and it's too on the nose. Well, no, because the Death Troopers themselves were more elite troopers. So you make them undead and they're a freaking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say Wong in the chat sticking up for the Jawas. They also killed those Jawas.
Right, they killed Jawas. Okay, we'll give you that. I will give you that. But I mean, like, just the undead nature of these troopers, like, they bring them back to from the dead. We get literal zombies in this. Like, we were guessing that they were going to be zombies. They were literal zombies in this, because every time they killed them, they would just get back up and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, it was great.
And they were all full of space farts.
They're full of space farts. There's a lot. It must have smelled like ass all through that place.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Sorry, Fray, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say that I felt like this whole episode just totally, like the last two episodes especially, were totally giving me Empire Strikes Back vibes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, because like the whole Sabine thing with the getting the lightsaber and stuff, that was totally Luke. And the Wampa, is that right? Wampa?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And in Empire Strikes Back, and then the whole like going through the graveyard, the whale graveyard thing, that was totally like them, like Han and Leia and them trying to get away from the Imperials and stuff. And yeah, so like there was a lot of it. The whole thing, like the ship coming and saving them at the end, like when they jump off, that it totally reminded me of Luke with Leia, even though like it wasn't like I'm calling you, but it was that same kind of feel. Yeah. And so so that whole the whole last two episodes really gave me Empire Strikes Back vibes. And I think that's why I thought they were fun. Because I felt Empire Strikes Back was fun.
Yeah.
And even A New Hope was fun. They were all fun, and I feel like Star Wars hasn't been fun for a bit, and
not since Mando.
Even in how Empire Strikes Back and the good guys lose, like
right, exactly.
Some of them lost everyone
separated and all of that. It's very, it's very reminiscent.
Yeah, I think so. So I think this whole thing is like, and that's how I took it. I mean, we had the OT fans had to wait from Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi. And Empire Strikes Back did not end on a really positive note. It was like, well, at least we're not dead. I mean, that was it. Right. That was the end of Empire Strikes Back. And I felt that in this too. So I was like, no, this is the second act. We just got to wait for the third act. And that's coming up. And that's why I was not like, I can't believe they ended it like this. I was like, no, they should have ended it like this. It should be a beginning. It shouldn't be an ending. So.
All right. So kind of where Force was going. Let's give a rating here. We'll go down the line. Fray, what is your rating on this episode?
My rating is 10. Hi, Hera. I'm home. Out of 10. Oh my God, is that Morai? Are we getting a Morai plushie soon? I hope so.
Woo!
Oh, you know what? That was a Morai though at the very end. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Fourzze, what is your rating, sir?
I'm going to give it 9 Kanan emitters out of 10 Ahsoka owls.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I am going to give this, and we'll stick with 10. I like 10. We're going to do 10 Mortis God statues that are gigantic and probably should be seen while you're flying in on the planet.
Yeah.
Out of 10 hyperspace jumps that blow Ahsoka back to the planet.
Mm.
All right. I am going to go.
Should do.
I am going to go with 10. I can never think of them. I lost it.
That's why I go last. I have the same problem.
Right. I know. I think of it, then I'm like
Something about Shen.
too much.
10 badass space swords.
Sure. 10
Zombie troopers.
10 night
10
troopers.
zombie troopers.
Red Road Night
9.
Troopers. Out of 10, the lightsaber should have had a blaster attachment.
Oh,
That was what it was.
Oh,
That was what it
that's
was.
it.
The other one-
There you go.
That is
I was actually
I know.
waiting for that.
He didn't have time to build it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think my other thing was 10 dooms, but you know.
I think I forgot that he had 2 sabers in Rebels, right? He had the
Yeah.
blaster one and then another one after that.
The
And
one
that's the one Sabine has.
And
is
that's the
second
one Sabine has.
Oh, yeah. His staple gun saber.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that staple gun.
I hated that staple
love
gun
It was great.
saber.
I think it
Best
was
thing
versatile.
Terrible and a horrible idea. Oh my
That
god.
was when it was still a kid's show.
That was the best thing ever.
It really
It
was.
was great.
That was when
No,
it was still
yeah.
for kids.
James.
Best thing ever.
Having a
I will
blaster
give this-
on a saber. Just saying. Anyway, sorry. Go
I
on.
will give this 10 zombie stormtroopers out of 10 sad Anakin Force ghosts that nobody actually saw.
Oh.
We
Sabine's
didn't
like,
even
"Huh,
talk about
what is that?"
Shen and her.
I know.
Okay, out of 10 Sia haircuts.
and see haircuts.
Now, as an overall series from start to finish, I would give this entire series a 7.5 out of 10. Only because the first few episodes leading up to when we saw Anakin were they were slogs. They just drug out. It was so bad. So overall, start to finish, 7.5 out of 10. Fray?
I would say 8. Probably. I don't know if I'd put just a little bit half more, but yeah, 8. It really explored kind of the philosophy and metaphysics and really leaned into the high fantasy of Star Wars, which I think we really needed.
High fantasy. I'm gonna write that down. Good.
Fantasy
10
when you're
out of
high.
10, baby. 10
Woo!
out of 10.
I like it.
That's 10 out of 10.
Wow.
A perfect series according to Fray.
Wow.
Wow.
James, what do you got?
Wow.
Yeah, hold on, James. What do you got?
I'll give this 10 Jerry Seinfelds. No, I love this, and I made a big mistake going into Secret Invasion where I had expectations and hopes and things like that, and I have
dreams.
dreams
And you
and, like,
believed in the
Oh my
world.
god, you guys, it was a good show.
I
Stop
believed
it.
in good writing. So was this show.
It was missing so much. There was so much. If you compare it to the comics, it missed way too much, but it missed the mark by a lot.
And so Rebels is like my favorite, nugget of Star Wars. So I wanted to make sure I went into this without a ton of expectations and a ton of predictions that get right, get wrong, and get screwed up. Like, I'm glad I got it wrong that Shin Hati was gonna kill Hu Yang. I'm so glad I
Yeah.
got that right because we can have more Hu Yang down the road. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. So I love this, and I love the direction it took, and I felt like it took the Rebel show I loved and elevated it as at the same time grounding it in the new Star Wars that we know.
Right.
So I was super down with it. I give this 10 out of 10. 10 Chimera starships out of 10 little turtle hermit crab guys.
Nogi.
Slugs.
No.
Snails.
3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Snails. Or snails.
10 plates of gnocchi.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
And
Snails.
gnocchi. I'm going to give this 9 extremely angry wannabe Mother Talzins.
Oh.
They were wannabe Mother Talzins. They were not as powerful. Out of
No, they weren't.
exactly. Out of 10 amazing Anakin and Ahsoka relationships of master and apprentice.
I don't know what you're doing with your hands.
I don't either.
Words. I'm trying to find the words.
He's forming a force globe.
Yes, exactly.
They
with
weren't
that
space.
being said,
They weren't
aliens.
space wishes. They were space bitches.
With that being said, speaking of space bitches,
Wow.
it is now time. Once again, it's not going to let me do it.
No, it won't. You
Oh.
can do it. You can do it. It's
Oh,
My prediction: we get a season 2.
Break it down
I-
again.
Break it down.
It's time to break it down again.
all right.
Oh my goodness.
Loki season 2, episode 1, Ouroboros.
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 Bora Bora.
Ouroboros.
Bora Bora.
Burra, burra.
Loki season 2 is kicked off on Disney Plus with the God of Mischief back from time hopping drama. We begin right where we left off with Loki in the TVA after it all went down with he who remains Loki is suffering from some sort of Marvel mumbo jumbo ailment. He's uncontrollably bouncing between timelines in fits and bursts, and throughout the episode sprints around the Time Variance Authority looking for Mobius, who suddenly doesn't recognize him. What'd you guys think of episode 1 of season 2?
Oh, I thought it was perfection.
Oh, just
Let's go to young Phil first.
amazing.
Okay, well, if we're going to start with me, I thought that there is no stronger way to start this series than the way that they did it, because we got the return of Loki on here. Loki trying to figure out what the hell is going on. We got Ouroboros as a character, and which we're going to get into, but Ouroboros as a character and him being another strong character. We get this whole situation with Kang, kind of going back and forth through different worlds. We get more relationship building with like the different universes. We get more going on with just everything that's going on in this series is just
More Ouroboros? We get more Ouroboros?
I said that, but I mean we get all that. We get really cool looking scenes. It's just
Okay, all
everything
right.
about it is really good. So I mean I don't want to go too far into what we're going to talk
Well,
about,
you did.
but yes, it is amazing. I thought there was no, like I said, there's no way that you start this series any stronger than the way they did it.
Yeah.
Action. The whole
All
show.
right, well, we'll see you next week.
All right, bye everybody. No. Do you want me to go? I can go.
You can
Okay.
go.
So, an Ouroboros is, is a snake or dragon that eats itself.
Mhm.
Yep. It's so
In
tell.
matters of time and space, an Ouroboros could be a closed time loop. So I have a feeling that has something to do with OB. I think OB has a bigger meaning. I think the character is a bigger participant than what he's giving on. There's something going on with him. I think he was there at the beginning of the TVA. He built everything. And I think we didn't see him in the first season because he was hidden from everyone until the choice was made. And I think he might be affecting Loki's time. And I'm calling it squelching because it reminded me of Harry Potter.
Oh, God.
And that, because they called it time slipping. And so I think that's like where I am right now. That's where I'm sniffing around. I think Ouroboros' name, Mobius it's Mobius M. Mobius, but we also know Mobius strip is a time travel type of, theoretical thing in science. Yay, science. And so Mobius is named that. I think that is important as well. And I think Ouroboros is also a clue to something bigger that's going to happen in the season.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I am there. And I don't know if Loki it was out of time, but I do think that Loki did prune himself, and so did Sylvie. So that's probably why they weren't affected like everyone else when he came back and Sylvie killed He Who Remains. And that's all I got. So let's go with Easter eggs.
All right.
Well, yeah. Is there anybody else that has thoughts?
I mean, just kind of it. I mean, the series has always felt very reminiscent of like Doctor Who or something like that. It has a very similar vibe to it. I felt like this episode
they run a lot.
Yeah, I feel like this episode especially felt very much like a Doctor Who episode. I mean, it's with the whole going back and forth and all this weird shenanigans with, the time stream. Like you need this specific thing and this specific thing and this, and
That was probably the best sell on Doctor Who that I've ever heard, because I have no interest in watching Doctor Who. I hear about it all the time. It's been on forever, and you just sold me. I just may go watch some Doctor Who just for that.
well, there you go. You should.
It's very to me. It's like a cross between Tennant and Smith's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I really think
Everybody
that.
talking about how much they love Matt Smith. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Smith in it, especially the first couple seasons, he is such a big goofball. Like, if you had to say the Doctor Who's were like dogs, Matt Smith would be like one of those like beagle puppies that their ears are too long and that they always so they're always fumbling around. And David Tennant would be like a King Charles spaniel, because he's like all royal and regal and stuff. So that's kind of how I see it, but I haven't thought about it that much, if you can tell.
I really enjoyed this episode, and part of it was how they told the story in like 3 different time scenarios or 3 different time spots, but it made so much sense. It was so creative to show how, like, hey, we're not going to tell you it's the past, but technically it's the past. They just did something, the floor breaks, but now we jump back to the present or future or whatever it may be, and the floor is still broken. So something happened in the past, now it's here in the future.
It is a brilliant example of show don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It is effective filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, also like the skin, when there was the skin on there with the question mark, and he went to and he knew it was the future because he saw the skin thing on there. So it's like those what do they call those? Atmospheric clues.
Yeah.
To tell you that something's changed. I think the reason that he can do that now, though, is because they did kill He Who Remains. I think when He Who Remains was alive, the TVA was completely out of time and time didn't pass.
Yeah.
But once it did, that's when OB showed up and he starts talking about, well, it's been 400 years. So it's like then there are years now. And so that's, I think those were all clues that we should probably be really thinking about.
It's just kind of crazy because everybody in the TVA keeps, every time Loki says I was in the past, they all just keep saying That's impossible. Time doesn't work that way here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of funny that everybody does also appear to be immortal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just something I was thinking. I was like, so everybody's just immortal?
They're oh my God, they're all Eternals.
Oh my goodness.
No, not just that though. I mean, they do talk about. I mean, that's partially why they talk about like time not working the same way. There is because
Mhm.
you don't age when you're in the TVA because time doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
I
wonder
saw-
if people will start aging now. too.
Well, could be. But all I gotta say is we got a glimpse of some of the cast we saw in season 1. We
Mhm.
saw Casey,
Yeah.
who was wearing the headphones and whatnot.
He definitely has
So
a big role.
Yeah.
What does that tell me? Since Casey is Filipino, Filipinos are immortal. So
There you go.
I mean, you're not wrong because
Join
we
the club, Jahmez. Join the club.
we always talk about the Filipino genes, right?
Wait,
Exactly.
and what he was listening to was
Yes.
the same thing that
Moonlight,
Stephen Grant. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
listening
same
to.
podcast. I thought
Yeah.
that was a nice little homage.
That was kind of cool. I thought that was really neat. And then the whole there's something changed and it's very confusing. But I thought the first episode of season 1 and first episode of season 2 mirrored each other in the chaoticness and us not knowing exactly what was going on until the very end of the episode. But
Mhm.
they did it in 2 totally different ways, and I appreciated that. So even though it brought back that we're talking about the god of mischief, we're talking about a character who thrives in chaos.
Yeah.
And he's also got a variant who also thrives and like really thrives in chaos. So obviously the show needs to be chaotic, and I just thought that it was the perfect balance of that, where it gave us enough to get our breaths before it switched it up again, so that we understood what was going on and we could follow along. So I thought it was well done. All right.
I think
Yeah.
they did all this like setting up how they're going to be telling the story and telling a cool story of like, okay, he's time slipping, let's go fix it.
Mhm.
And they had like a MacGuffin-y storyline to fix it. Did you notice the blast doors, by the way?
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, they really do look like X-Men. It looks like
Yeah.
Cerebro. It was crazy.
It was
like,
very
oh.
1960s.
Yeah.
Everything,
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know.
yeah, everything about the TVA feels very 1960s.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
think
gonna
it's
pay off
70s,
anything.
like maybe early 70s. That's what
I
that's
do,
the vibe I
and
get,
this
but,
is
you know.
it's a Fourzze theory, but it's I do wonder, since obviously the original He Who Remains was Nathaniel Richards, if there is some Fantastic Four connection here.
Mhm.
Right.
If it is kind of based in the 60s or the 70s, that's very
Oh.
that's kind of the same time period.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if there's some sort of connection there, just since it's, you know, the Richards dynasty or the Richards family or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
so
some sort
that's
of
why
connection
everything
to it.
kind of has that 60s
Yeah.
ish.
It kind of has that aesthetic almost, and there is kind of a mutant aesthetic
okay.
too, and that could
You
work there.
didn't you like what isn't one of like your theories about that like OB is
OB is a no, was it
he's
OB
not a
or
variant, but he's like
he's the only one in the TVA who's not a variant also.
mhm. Yeah.
But there was that we're going to see a Reed Richards variant in the series.
Yeah, that was the other thing that I
Yeah.
couldn't remember. It just for some reason. Yeah. So and I
So-
think that'd be cool if we did.
Yeah.
That would be the coolest thing actually.
Does this feel like 1982 Broxton, Oklahoma to you guys? Because it kind of feels like that too, right?
Mm,
No?
I don't know about that, but we do get that.
At the very end. Hey,
At the very end.
Just trying to segue that in there.
yeah.
And
No,
that is actually a story that in the comics, like Broxton is where all of the Asgardian gods are resurrected
Yeah, that's like the
after
new Asgard.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, you know, so we're gonna see. My thing with that is that I think maybe the universe that we're in now, that Sylvia's in now, might be the one with like classic Loki in it. And so if we do have the Asgardian gods, I said almost guards, gods resurrected in Braxton, then we could have another classic Loki. You see like a classic Thor and a classic Odin and a classic, Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
That is a very interesting kind of like pull. Like, because I mean, again, it does seem like they're trying to like move everything back to the comics and everything like that. So I kind of like the idea of that being kind of the process. Like, oh yeah, we're going into Braxton. It's in 1982. Are we going to see? Like maybe we get to see the comic universe live action.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be really neat.
That one of these universes is actually the comics universe.
Right.
Yeah,
really
the 616, which is.
Well,
what the
I guess
comics
technically it's not
universe is.
616. It's
Yeah.
0 or 1 or something.
Yeah, something
probably.
like that. But yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I've been trying to figure out who I think Mobius is, like what variant he is. I think he might be a variant of not Thor, but Balder.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Baldur or Baldur's Gate from D&D.
No,
but yeah,
Baldur's
but like
because the Thor that we know in the comics is a mashup of Thor and Baldur in the mythology. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like that. That'd be cool if they did like the separation in there.
I just think it'd be kind of cool, like if like that's why he was brought in, is because he was actually a variant, because the Thor is actually amalgamation, and that was his, his Nexus event or whatever, and they just wiped, and that's why he knows Loki so well. So
that's crazy to me.
It's crazy.
Blowing my mind, Fray. You're blowing my mind. You know what's interesting though? I like how they're telling the story, and I like how they're giving little, even though this is episode 1 and there's only 6 episodes, all these little clues, like the little recording that that he was playing, what do they call it? The war room.
Yeah.
Right.
All these little things here and there. I love it all. I love all these little clues. It makes you want to watch this episode like over and over. Again. So
to notice all the little details, like the phone ringing. It's like it's like who was calling, and then it's like who purged him. Was it him? Was it Mobius? Because Mobius saw the purge stick there.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh crap, he doesn't have it." So he may be the one that did it, or Loki might have done it to himself. Or B-15,
my immediate sorry. My immediate like thought when he was being pruned was like, oh, it's Hunter B-15. Like that was my like, oh yeah, okay, it's Hunter B-15. I never even really thought about, oh, it could be somebody else. So
yeah,
I still kind of think it might be her, like as she was trying to escape in this future timeline, that she saw Loki and somehow knew to prune him or something.
Yeah,
Or could be a variant of Mobius or something like that too.
Yeah, I mean we don't know. It's just, since it was in the future, I was like, well, who knows that he doesn't have it? Well, Loki knows and Mobius knows. So, but that was after the second time I watched it. So, but yeah, I think it was a really good first episode, and I think it's the same level that last season was, which makes me very, very happy, because this is the first series to have a second season.
Yes.
And so a lot is riding on this. Like, oh, do we want to do 2 seasons ever again? Or do we just want to make everything a one and done kind of thing? And
kind of a short format series though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, the things that I want to happen next week are, I really want Loki to change his clothes.
Right. That just cannot smell good.
He's been wearing that for an awfully long time, in multiple time periods, and that you can't get that stench off that. They just need to burn those clothes, get him new ones. If they want to film it, that's fine.
Had it on.
And because B-15 has a new outfit, if y'all didn't notice. And Owen Wilson's Mobius has a new haircut. So there's that.
I got one thing. I got a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
What was his name? Like the other security guard that was giving him kind of beef, that was kind of messing with him. The dude with kind of the weird looking nose. He's like
X5.
X5.
Yeah.
So that actor is also the actor, future episode where they go to that theater show or something like that, and it has that Zaniac.
The
poster.
Zaniac. Yeah,
He's
like the
actor
chameleon or something. I think I can't remember what his name is, but
he's the actor that gets out of the car like with big hair, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the same guy." I noticed that today when I was watching some stuff. I was like, "Wait a second!" So they may go back and show how people are pruned and drafted, or
there's all these branch timelines now. So, and I think that's part of it too. I think the reason that Sylvie went to that particular Broxton, Oklahoma, I think it's because it was on a branch timeline, and because there are so many things, it's harder to locate people on branch timelines than on the main timeline. So I think that is something too. So, but yeah,
I'm excited. I like that. I'm so
incredibly excited.
Yeah.
So no, I loved the first season. It's up there with my favorite MCU shows.
It's definitely leading into it being just as good as the first season. If the rest of the show is as good as this first episode, it's gonna. I'm hoping it'll be just as good as the first season.
Any predictions?
SHDU, what did you say about the temporal loom? What were you talking about? What did you say that you thought where the TVA was?
I was saying that, and this is not really a prediction, it's kind of just an observation, was that the temporal loom very much resembles the kind of like sacred timeline around the ring of the sacred timeline around the Citadel at the end of time. My kind of idea there is that maybe the Citadel at the end of time is the TVA, is the future form of the TVA. It's been destroyed, it's been rebuilt or whatever, that he who remains is of course the one who remains. That is the TVA.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And all the threads of time have been filtered through the time loom, so it's just one loop.
Interesting. That's actually a very interesting take. I wonder if that's where they end up going by the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's kind of
if they did, then he's a Nerdstradamus, just like MT.
Nerdstradamus.
My prediction is Loki goes back to get Sylvie at the McDonald's, and Loki invents chicken nuggets.
You know who
would love that?
Oh yeah, you're not far off, because chicken nuggets were invented in what, 83?
Yeah, it was
right.
Pretty,
maybe
like that whole first season thing with DB Hooper, and just starting the series that way. I'm like, oh, I love it. I want them to do something like that, something like groundbreaking.
Yeah, they need to put something else in there, like another mystery thing or something. That would be so cool. I would love that.
I'm thinking about it, from one of the trailers that they did when he goes to McDonald's, or not even when he goes to McDonald's, when Sylvie goes to McDonald's in the post-credit scene. Spoilers. Spoilers the entire time. She asks him what's good to get here, and he does mention, well, we have the new chicken McNuggets.
Oh, that's right. He does, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Okay, he invents sweet and sour sauce.
There we go.
He invents two new sauces.
He's the reason we have mambo sauce.
Spicy.
That's good. Anybody else have any predictions for maybe for the next episode, or
my only thing, and I'll cover this on the Nerd Out as well, is kind of the time period. Is that it will be sometime in like some medieval Europe kind of thing. For some reason, it just feels like it should be.
Well, at some point
they are going to medieval Europe.
Yeah, at some point they are going turn of the century, because
we're
going to see a point where the two of them see Victor Timely. So
I think that's that could be kind of a steampunk almost timeline.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I like it.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
He's all, we'll see.
So ratings for the first episode. Fray,
Ooh.
give us your rating.
I'm gonna give this 8. Please stop that stupid phone from ringing. Out of 10 jump scares for Casey.
Okay. Fours, what do you got?
I am going to give it 9 pruning batons out of 10 tesseracts.
Oh,
Always bringing the Tesseract. All right. I am going to give this 9 broken, cracked spots from where the monitor fell on the floor out of 10 duct tapes on a spacesuit helmet.
All right. I am going to give it. Yeah, okay. I'll go 10. I'll go 10. I'm going to give it 10 intact skins out of 10 X5 is just a bargain basement Axe Wolves.
Oh, shit. Oh, those are deep cuts. That's good.
Wow. Hot take.
I have to do this because it's going to pull my skin off. It's going to hurt.
That's awesome. I give this 10 key lime pies
Nice.
Ooh.
out of
Very good.
I want to say out of 10 ski-doos out of 10 shots that look like it's out of a Wes Anderson movie, because I don't know if it was the 60s vibe or Owen Wilson, but it all looked like Wes Anderson to me. I'm like, what is happening here?
Owen Wilson explaining what jet skis were to everybody was funny as hell.
Very Wes Anderson. That was
Yeah.
very Wes Anderson.
It was.
By the way, another prediction. Did you see that in the clip that Loki pops up at like a Sea-Doo like shop
Yeah.
that's selling
Mhm.
Sea-Doos?
hmm
I think we're gonna see how Mobius gets plucked or pruned
Gets pruned.
or
Yeah.
drafted into the TVA. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, you know what my biggest prediction is?
Oh, what is it?
My biggest prediction here is that if you are ready for it, ladies and gentlemen, we hold on, I got to do this the right way.
Oh, Jesus.
We got merch, people.
We got merch, people. We have hat for $35 and
We have
$30
hat.
if you buy.
We have a
Two.
hat. Just one hat.
Yeah,
Hat.
we have.
And its name is Hat.
There were only 2. The other one is with Kane and Jarrus. But
We have 2 hats, by the way.
we also have shirts. We got 2 different shirts. So all you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerdy on Instagram. Let us know what size you're looking for. Young Phil has both shirts right there in front of us. You can have the regular logo shirt or the
The shirt
What
that
is it?
James is wearing right now.
the Unipool, the special Unipool character shirt. Hey, you can tell me, suck my gut in. Come on now, I've been eating McNuggets.
I don't want people to look at my.
Trying to look at my McNuggets, boy. So
Your
we got a bunch of
McMuffin.
different sizes. My McMuffin top. We got a ton of sizes. I think it's up to 4X. So if you're interested, we got them. Come get it. $20 or $25 if we got to ship it to you. And if you still want more shirts, we got lucharillas.com, who have shirts, who have the Nerdorilla. I'm going to pop this into the chat.
The Lucharillas.
Yeah.
Woo.
Speaking of, Eric was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't get to play one for him so I know he's not here right now, but Eric, just for you, when you listen to the episode later,
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
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 I got to do it for him. Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Julie. She chimed in.
Night.
Loki. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Season. Yeah.
Wow.
Breakdown. Let me talk to you.
I'm going to talk to you.
Oh my God. Do you know how you could actually do that as a recording? Low K I. Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. And if you want Phil to say it, jump on the Monday game streams from
Oh my
8
God.
a.m. until 12 noon. He's got a new AI. AI young Phil is there. All you got to do is type in what you want him to say, and he says it, and it sounds so much like
I'm
Philippe.
sorry.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
That is probably the most fun we've had on a game in a long time. We spent 45 minutes at the beginning of the show of me not playing video games, having so much fun making the AIs say, like, because it's not just me, right? Like, there's an Arnold Schwarzenegger one. There's there's like characters that are in there that you can make say whatever you want. You know, so like, you know, we were making stuff like we made Ryan Reynolds profess his love to me.
Does
Oh,
the AI
you made him
Right.
do it.
does the AI have record of every single episode of Distance Learning ever made to basically adapt itself to your voice so that it's perfect?
So what we did, there were 50 lines that they had, they had a script of 50 lines that I had to, and I did this on stream. You can go pull up the stream from 2 weeks ago, and I'm on stream doing this. There were 50 lines that they had that I had to read off of a script, and I recorded it and then sent it into the company, and within like 5 minutes, it had the AI built.
Wow.
Okay, so
That's
it's not a
cool.
100% accurate one. then.
It kind of is, because James wrote in the entire beginning of the show, like all my lines from the beginning of this show, and it sounded exactly like me.
That's weird.
Even
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the more you
Wow.
load in, the better it's going to sound, because it's
Yeah.
got to be able to capture every single emotion.
Yeah,
It's a witch. Burn it with fire. I'm sorry. I
kind of is,
apologize.
but I mean, like, so if you guys want to have fun with us, and I just added a couple things, so the AI itself is really fun. There's oh my God, Fourzze, you would love this. There is the announcer voice from Clone Wars.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
James
So-
Arnold Taylor.
No.
It was so if you type in it's a question system, so you can ask the Star Wars announcer a question and he'll answer the question with a crawl. Right? And
That's
it's
great.
exactly the same voice. It's like, you know, you ask him any questions and he'll make it Star Wars related and just be like, you know, in our last episode, you know, and it just like keeps on going. Now there's also
Tom Kane.
Tom Kane.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have the Dragon Ball Z announcer, but he does not sound like the Dragon Ball Z announcer at all.
It depends upon which Dragon Ball Z announcer you go with, because there were two separate ones.
I think it may have been whichever one was the newer one. It didn't sound like the one that we're all used to.
Okay, so
That's- I'm on Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't that guy.
that's the guy who plays Grown Up Gohan.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so it turns out the AI actually works better if you can find a way to load everything you've ever, basically every show you've ever done,
Yeah.
into it, and it will just that's like saying, you know, can we have a new Batman the Animated Series with Kevin Conroy? Yes, we can, because all they'd have to do is get everything he's ever done
That's
uploaded.
That's also kind of a problem, because that's what that's what SAG is trying to fight against, is because if you do something like that, then what do you need actors for?
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, James Earl Jones is like 119 years old, so having that AI Vader was great.
But James Earl Jones gave permission for them to start using to continue using his voice in an AI as Vader.
But he never gave permission, like, for his face or anything like that. So they can't use anything like that.
Right. They can only use his voice as Darth Vader, because he didn't give authorization for like, oh, we can use him as Mufasa. No, it's
Nope.
only as Vader.
Yep. James Earl Jones has given permission to come on the download, which is on Tuesdays from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come get some nerd news, and then if you want more James Earl Jones, show up on Thursdays on the build from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. while he AI
Approves the
builds
messages.
Legos.
AI
We
is
do
definitely-
AI brackets.
Now, with that, guys, this week on this week's build, I'm continuing the Hogwarts Castle. Just to kind of show you guys where I'm at right now. Second, I'm grabbing it here.
Unless you're building Ahsoka's spaceship, it doesn't matter to me right now.
So,
oh my gosh.
so it's got like all the different rooms, right? Which is actually kind of cool. Rooms.
Rooms. Rooms.
Wizard's chest, the key room. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
Still not Ahsoka's spaceship.
no, it's not. It's Hogwarts because we're getting the Harry Potter now kick bag.
We're going into Christmas season. It's Harry Potter time.
Yeah. So
What?
yeah. So it's
Yeah, it was a
Every
Harry.
Harry Potter movie has Christmas in it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, does it really? I
yeah.
didn't-
It does.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm building right now. This week. So Christy Shin is going to come on for about the first 20 minutes of the show to promote her Kickstarter. We're going to talk about the new book that she's putting out and everything like that.
That's
And
awesome.
we're doing spoops, all brackets. We're doing Halloween special Halloween bracket. Graveyard is so excited about this, and so are we. But it is a specific best horror franchise bracket.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
gonna be
we're gonna-
toughy. That's
and-
a tough one.
Just in time for
And,
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Perfect.
and it's a I know it's a big seed one, and that's the reason we're doing an all bracket episode, so that way we can try and catch up as much as possible.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So
Awesome. And Christy's awesome too, by the way.
yeah, Christy,
Saw her at Metal Arc.
we're so we'll have Christy Shin on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, so I'm just so glad that I could make it with you guys. Do you mind if I give you my pluggables?
Absolutely. All right. Give us your pluggables, Fray. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on my channel, which is Fray Girl. I have a couple of series going on with SHDU. The main series is called Classified, and it's where we take your favorite fandoms and our favorite fandoms, and we classify them into Dungeons and Dragons classes. So we're talking bards, clerics, barbarians, hunters, all sorts of stuff. We have a Loki one out now, so if you want to see what we thought Loki season 1 characters where they fell, you can actually stream it off of my YouTube channel. And then I'm on not only here on Tuesdays, but also on Saturdays. I do Saturday morning nerd out with Graveyard, who is on the build on Thursdays. And we talk nerdy stuff. We've got a Loki game going on right now that all of these people in hosts here are participating in. Last week, our very own Fourzze won the week, got the prediction right. So we're seeing if he's gonna get his prediction this week. Let's see what kind of streak we can get Fourzze on. But yeah, other than that, I'm on all of our Discords, Kyber K Productions. I'm on Distance Nerding. You can find me there. I'm on social medias. I've got everything there. It's Fray Comics pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
Good
Oh,
name.
it is. It really is. SHDU.
Woo.
Your remaining pluggable, sir.
Yes, so I am SHDU. I am SHDU Studios here on YouTube and on Instagram. I do short films, music, and other nerdy stuff. Fray basically covered Classified. We also have another series called Journals of Classes, which is kind of a companion series to it, where we go through each of the D&D classes and their subclasses. I believe we'll have a new episode of Classified coming out this Friday on The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing specifically. Also, I'm in the Distance Nerding sphere. I am on the download on Tuesdays, which of course is the show you're watching. The build on Thursdays, and I am on Kyber Cave for the Saturday morning, no doubt.
Awesome. Fourzze, you and your fucking catchphrase.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are an owner of a prop lightsaber from the saber community, places like Vader's Vault, kybercave.com, or even custom Dark Wolf sabers, I implore you, please visit saberfont.com and you can get a sound font to plug into your saber to make it sound absolutely amazing. While you're over there, go ahead and just support all of my fellow font makers, guys like Juan Sith and Harry Solo fonts, and the hundreds of fonts that are there just waiting to be loaded onto your prop saber. You can find me over at Kyber Cave Productions on Friday, leading a little show we like to call Beard in the Chair, where I am accompanied by the Husbeard Graveyard. And this month we are playing nothing but horror games, and it's a blast. You can also find me right here on Distance Nerding, Tuesdays, Thursdays, rocking out the download, the build, all of the best things. So until I see you again, may the fours be with you, and we will see you right here on Distance Nerding.
Spooptacular. All right, Jahmez.
Jamming on the one. Till next time. No, damn it. How come I don't have a catchphrase? Have something you want to discuss, even if it's a catchphrase. Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Of course, guys, if you want to support us, if you want to help us, the best way that you can do that is to head over to distancenerding.com and join the taco party. Guys, join the taco party. It's the best way to help us continue to do all the entertaining things that we try to do for you on these channels that we are on, and with all of our friends and everything like that. Continue helping us out, guys, because we will continue getting you prizes. Actually, matter of fact, we forgot to do it today, James. We'll do it next week, but we're going to give away some prizes on the stream tonight. Do it. So let's plan on doing that next week, and maybe on the build this week too. We're going to give away a whole bunch of prizes. We got a whole bunch of Shazam mini pops.
What?
You can dip your prize into my sweet and spicy Jahmez. No, that's not a good.
No, that's
not a good one either.
Actually, that one.
Here would be mine. This would be mine. Mine would be same Fray channel, same Fray time.
I would say, you want to get Fourzze? Let's get Fourzze.
No. I feel like that's too angry.
No, but it's still a Batman quote.
I know.
But it has to do with your name.
Yeah, but so does the one that I said, and mine is also Batman. And also, when Catwoman was on the Batman 66 show, they said same cat channel, same cat time.
I dig that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and handles and the beard. Oh, so sexy. Now, if you want to, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just want to tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us, send us an email at everybody's favorite place, Dist.
This was a really great show tonight.
Jam me up with the spice.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
I almost put Jammy Tart Jahmez 5000 earlier.
Do you want me to jam your nuggets? No.
That sounds weird and dirty.
Sounds gross.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it on air.
Oh my God, I got it. I finally got it. James, I have your catchphrase. You ready? I'm Jahmez, and I love you 5000.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Are you that into commitment?
I think John
I am.
said he didn't come up with it.
Oh, yeah.
Should totally use it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's good. I like it. Oh, thanks. And keep
Nerdy.
jamming you up 5000.
Together.
Nerding.
Jammy Tot Jahmez 5000.
That is good. James, I need you to say one more time.
Thanks and Jam me up 5,000.
All right, let's go with that.
Nope. Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the dance party. Let's get it going.
I have to see it. I have to write it down and see it. I have to write it down. Hey, dude, that's the wrong blue guy.
Distance nerding.
Blank.
The silence in that joke is that plank can't fall.
Mary Poppins, y'all. Oh.